Alright guys, welcome back to the YouTube channel. If you're new, please do smash that like button, share and subscribe. And if you're a avid fan of the channel, keep on doing that great work. So today we are going to be doing a breakdown of a transfer news. Alright, as you can see in the title, a Jamaican reggae boy pretty much wanted by a Italian club. We heard about a few more rumors, so we want to look at how strong the conversation is. All right, if it's worth it and what's going on with the player at this point, because we want to make sure when we leave this one we at least know as much. So make sure to get involved in the comment section and also in the live video as well. All right, so anyways, as you know, we're talking about Shamar Nicholson. Shamar Nicholson signs for Spartak Moscow and pretty much started his season well. In his second season, he found it a little bit difficult tying with injuries and also other players playing well. All right, yes. So at this point, as you can see, November 13 was the last set of games in the Russian Premier League, and they should be starting March the 3rd. And you know, at present moment, we have a transfer window. A numerous amount of clubs worldwide actually ask for him, because you had Galatasaray at one point directly tried to get him, and then you have Everton just meagerly ask about him. So now you're going to be hearing about an Italian club. I heard about two more in Italy, and we're going to be showing why, the reason they do want him. So anyways, the club name at this point is Salernitana, and they're in 16th in the Serie. All right, after 90 matches played, 18 points and -4 goal difference. So they definitely want goals. All right, they definitely want goals. We are going to go through their roster and show you what's up. All right, so as you can see right here, they have Diego Valencia as a center forward, market value 2.50. Eric Abotam, 3.8 million as well as a striker. I'm just naming out all of the strikers that you would have actually have to compete with, and then I go to the final set of stories. All right, Federico Bonazzoli, 5 million, Italian, there as well. Piatic, 11 million, and then you have Dia, which I talked about him heavily in the World Cup for Senegal. And be honest, I do believe that Shamar is a better finisher than him by a good stretch. All right, because he's fast and he gets in good positions, but definitely finishing is poor from him. All right, yes. So those are the strikers that they do have on their, and they actually have 5 at this point. So let me go to the actual story here. All right, Salernitana Anucha move. So that's a next personnel that they're on. They are looking at as well, while trying to get Shamar Nicholson maybe as a secondary option or whatever the situation is. All right, so let me go through the document here. After completing the signing of Nigerian defender William Thros Ekong from English Championship side Watford, Italian Serie A side Salernitana have beamed their searchlight for another Nigerian striker, Paul Anucha, to boost their squad in the second half of the season. Punch Sports extra reports. All right, according to a report from Italian media outfit Napoli magazine, Salernitana have added Super Eagles and KRC Genk striker Anucha to their transfer wish list for January. Having gained promotion to play in the Italian top flight football in 2021, the Garnets have struggled this season in attack. Obviously, we said that, scoring 23 goals, and also in defense, having conceded 37, but they're still in a position that they can step up. All right, 37 in 19 matches, and are 16th on the table. We just talked about that. However, the arrival of Nigerian centre-back Thros Ekang could help salvage the defense line, with the new club also hoping to secure a clinical striker to reinforce the attack. So definitely, as you can see right there, that's very, very good. The reason why I said it's very, very good, they want someone someone, and if you want someone, you're willing to go out and do certain things. So at first when we said about Shamar Nicholson, like Everton and those places, it was based because of injuries that they were trying to look certain players. So we never wanted him to jump out of one pan and then go into a much more difficult pan. You get me? Worst off, those guys would have actually come back fast enough to get their spots. So it was difficult. No, these guys are in a much more tougher position. So if he could just drop in, if he does take up a deal like this, if he could just drop in and do a good a good 3-4 games, that is it. That's what he would want to kickstart his career to life there and win over the manager, because that's how it goes when you're playing in systems that don't score much. So let me know, guys, what say you on the situation at this point? What say you? We're going to continue going through it. Obviously, we're going to try our best to at least make this go extensive 30-40 minutes so people can get on. All right? Yes. Kai, bless up yourself. Massive respect. Thanks for being here. All right. Let me know what say you so far. All right. So they continue to say top scorer in Belgian league with 14 league goals in 18 matches. Anucha comes highly rated by the Garnets. Napoli magazine report that Salernitana have identified 2 strikers, which includes Nigerian, the same guy that we talked about, and Shamar Nicholson. Obviously, if you're gonna eye in Anuchu, you have to rate Shamar Nicholson at the same time, because he had done it already in the Belgian league and moved over to Russia. So definitely, when you look at that side, he has covered more than one ground there. All right, so you know that he has done what Anucha doing right now and also more. Obviously, that does not determine that he's better than that striker, but I could see where how they put him in that box. Pretty much easy. All right, pretty much easy. All right. 1 second, let me just share this because we are not going to go too long on this. Let me share it right here. 1 second, guys. Keep writing. All right, so that's good. All right, so that's good. All right, let me continue. The 28-year-old has been a pivotal player for Genk in recent years, and one of the Jupiler Pro League star forward, and has netted 83 goals with 10 assists in all competition since arriving in 2019. The Super Eagles striker has been linked with a move to English side Southampton and West Ham, but Genk swiftly rejected the bids. All right, so that was just the one to mention Shamar Nicholson, but definitely we have the one that actually gives you directly what they would like. Let me make sure it's in English so we can transfer it. All right, yes. All right, so let me know what you guys say about the news. All right, let me move over to the detailing screen right here with Shamar Nicholson. All right. DJ Gigs, big up yourself, man. Massive respect. Thanks for being here. Sian says, big up JD on the big show. We not accepting no mediocrity. Never. Oh no, man. We are not, man. We're just doing our job day in, day out, and that's why we came here so quietly doing our thing. But I saw that you guys never really got the notification, so that's why I said I'm going to just try my best to post it now so you can get it. All right. Yes, but that's okay. I will share it right after. Mr. Dre, bless up. Brian Burke reaching, massive respect. Guys, let's get up the likes on the video so we can get the visibility and just have our time. What say you guys? Shamar Nicholson back in the mix of transfers. You're going to get down to it and explain to you. I think this would be a good move for him, you know, because you need a place that he can truly go to and make a stamp. And this could be a springboard to go places. If he can go to the Italian league and even remotely do anything. Obviously, they have a variety of strikers, and they are still looking at another striker. Obviously, they can't just put their hands in one basket. They knew that Galatasaray tried to get him, and they couldn't get him, so they knew that it's going to be difficult. All right, yes. So I don't expect them to just go in on him only. You get me? Yes, so that's why they put Anucha on the books as well. All right, but they have some good players that maybe just in bad form, or maybe the team is just not fully built because it's not one of the it's a traditional team, but it's not one of the new powerhouse of teams. So that's a big difference. All right. Yes. So if you just joined, we are at 11 minutes in. Shamar Nicholson is being linked to more than one clubs. All right. Yes, more than one clubs. But as you can see, this is the first one. Salernitana in the Italian league, and also other clubs. I'm not sure about the clubs, so I'm not going to name them because those would have stood as only rumors. These are guys that literally trying to contact his club to get him, and Salernitana would be that one. All right, we will keep you keep the information coming on that side. So let me go through this one. All right, they said Sampdoria transfer market attempt for Nicholson, the backstory. All right, so they continue here. Transfer market, Sampdoria is in this January season session tried to bring Shamar Nicholson to Italy. Here is the backstory. Goal striker Sampdoria in this winter transfer market session is looking for reinforcement in all areas of the field. Bram has already arrived in defense, but he may not be the only one. Alek Sander Dragovic is getting closer and closer. All right, and they continued here. Let me see if they give you any information. Yes, they have. In midfield, the most current name is that of Michael Cruzant of Venezuela, while in attack you follow more lead. I can't take any call now, yeah, and I'm trying to go through the story, all right, and I don't want to get kicked off, all right, yeah. And hopefully at this story we are talking about, all right, yes, when I take the call, all right. While in attack, you follow more leads. Elia, Nestor Rovsky of Udinese remains a current name despite the competition, but according to what is written in Russia, I'd tried to bring Shamar Nicholson of Spartak Moscow to Italy. However, the footballer is not only linked with the Quarter club. In fact, Salernitana and Cremonese are also following in his footstep. So those are the three clubs that they're saying right here. However, all suitors for the Jamaican born in 1997 will have to look elsewhere, given that the Russian team intends to renew the contract with its player. All right, so you're getting new news as well, because obviously they have tapped in to this guy and they're giving you the necessary information. All right, and the new agreement is expected to run until 2026. So we have to ask you a question here. Would you necessarily want to re-up, knowing that Russia is in a war at this point? You are not a 100% starter at the club. All right, those are the two things, and maybe the level of the league is not so astronomically high to challenge you the right way. What say you guys on that? All right, would you consider to still stay in Russia with all of those three situations, or go to Italy, which I've always said to you that Italy would definitely be one of my spots that I would definitely take Shamar, because I've said that a long time ago. So the fact that all of these Italian clubs looking for him, I would say Italy would be the choice for me. I would go to Italy and try, and it would come up a little bit more difficult. That is 100% true. But that don't he always said he wants to challenge himself, and the best way to be ready for England is just to make sure you can prepare yourself at least to the closest other leagues. You saw Italians move from Italy to England and do well. Some don't, but it's closer than Russia. Remember Arshavin left from Russia, did well as well, and others left from Russia and did well, but not so much. So I would say this, I would move with all of those three things. All right, you're not a starter, our full starter. You lost the game to others, and they came back into a zone when that guy was actually injured. Ignatov, I thought. You lost your place to him, and he came back and did well. So, and maybe they might slightly prefer him than you. So you just take the option now when you know that most of these strikers ain't firing. They're pretty much poor. Even though you have Dia with a recognized name just coming from the World Cup, did okay in the World Cup because they never had Sadio Mane. So they did well in the World Cup, never having him. But he never really painted himself in so much glory, to be honest. All right. Yes, he never painted himself in so much glory. So I think even though they have five strikers, I would take that risk and go there. I would take that risk and go there and challenge myself. What say you guys? What say you? Let me know. All right, let me try and go through the comments. All right, so we have Mr. Dre. Bless up, bless up. Thanks for being here. Massive respect. So say, big up yourself. Kevin in the building. Big up yourself. Richard Cook. Bless JD and the Imaxit. Bless up, Richard, man. Thanks for being here, man. All right, Triple E. Big up yourself. All right, Tennessee says he's in the house. Big up yourself. Demar says Italy. So Demar say he would have gone to Italy at this point. Better fit to his playing style. I've always said this would be the transfer that I would have gone for in terms of Shamar from day one. Like from 2 years ago, I said this would be the place that I would have fitted him in. That the football could do the work around him and he could have excel and learn because you have good coaching system and the footballing fits his style. Better fit to his style. All right, massive respect. Trevon says, which club you would go if it was you? You have three clubs. You have three clubs. Definitely Salernitana right now doing good. Sampdoria is in last. 19 place Sampdoria in at this point. All right, but Sampdoria, you would say that because they're always around the Serie for years, you would say that maybe they have a better plan. But I would go for Salernitana because you know why? They started at the first side, conceded 37 and score little, and their strikers are not in the best shape at this point. But you saw that they have defensive solidity and they brought in defenders. So at the end of the day, you saw that you could go places with that team. All right. So for me, I would go with Salernitana at this point. All right, for me. You get me? But what I'm gonna do, I'm gonna look at the playing style of both to see if they would factor all of those things in. But at this time, they are saying it's gonna be tough, very tough for Spartak Moscow to let go of the player due to the fact that they might want to re-up him until 2026. So it's going to come down to him and his agent. That is something else that we need to talk about. Which club, right? Kai said, JD, a move to Italy would be good. Or if the championship or Premier League transfer available, I think I would go to the Italian league at this point. They have good enough coaches to get the job done. All right. Which Serie teams? We have named them. The main one is Salernitana. At this point, that's the main one that went over. Sampdoria, they said want him as well. And the third one is Cremonese. That's the third one. So Salernitana and Sampdoria, main ones then that most of us Jamaicans would know. All right, yes. But I think out of all of them, I would definitely go for this one still. So I don't know what to say. You let me know. I'm going to try and get the full table right here for you. All right. So see, Cremonese is in last place, Sampdoria in 19th place, and Salernitana in 16th spot. All right, all of them in terrible form. Sampdoria is the only one got a win in the last 5 outings, so it's not looking good at all. All right, Jason, bless yourself. Thanks, Sabina. Just a forward. All right, Italy would be perfect for Boza. I would leave because the Russian economy is failing. Yes, only Dixon. Big up yourself. Thanks, Sabina. That would be a good move. Balakir Nago calling. No man, it was Ian calling in, but I don't know if Ian wanted to talk about something else, and I can't work on all of the information to talk about something else on the streams. I don't really like that. I want it to always stay about the information because those type of videos just make it look like I'm not reaching anywhere, and I really want to put in the work on YouTube. You know, I don't want it just always run unorganized. You know, yes. All right, so let me see. DNA, big up yourself. Thanks for being here. Massive respect. Shamar should go somewhere if he can start. Trevor, it's gonna still be tough for him to start because you saw these guys. You guys saw all of these players. You saw him playing in the World Cup. Let me maximize it so you can see him. All right. Let me maximize this so you can see him. He is a pacey player, but I think he can play the wing areas as well, and he would work well with Shamar. I think Dia would work well with Shamar. He could play wide and roam, and he's energetic. Yeah, he is energetic. I think he would make Shamar better, to be honest. All right. Back in the late 90s and early 2000, the Italian Serie was the #1 league. Yes, yes, yes. Chris Smith, big up yourself. Thanks for being here. Massive respect. Because the Italian league plays slow, but he would learn. Sometimes it's just about learning. You know, this belief of running to the Premier League, I don't know where it's coming from. Where people just want to desperately hang on to the Premier League for obviously people said it's about money, but I don't think it's about money. Sometimes I just believe that it's just an excuse to say that you're trying to go somewhere because you know it's difficult to go somewhere. You get me? Yeah, but I can tell you these are respectable leagues, and your market value can jump from 5,000 to 150,000. So if you want to reach places, this is a good move for you as well. All right, it's a stepping stone to reach places. I'm not asking you. I'm telling you, guys. I am telling you. All right. All right, so guys, make sure to smash the like button, share, and subscribe. Give me a take on the situation. I'm gonna go through the rest of the chat. All right. Our cook said, I'm supposed to be at training by 4:30 p.m., but I live just 3 to 5 minutes away. Okay, no problem, Richard Cookman. Thanks very much for passing through. Shamsik said, JD, for Shamar to go to these three teams that are fighting relegation doesn't make sense for him. But what Shamsik, so what is he doing in Russia? Because I don't think in Russia it is really doing much. I think if you go here and they're in 16th place, you clearly saw that Sampdoria is not in the best shape. So he's in 16th place. So you're going somewhere to be wanted. You're at a club right now that they are players that are perceived better than you because they're starting players over you, and those players are doing well. And obviously, some places they might prefer certain people than you. All right, so you have to factor all of those things in. So you have to look at everything on the table. Galatasaray, you might have strikers there that will cause you problems. Here, they are not scoring enough goals. So if you come in and score goals, it's better for you. Your market value will go up, and you can leave within a year. I don't see the big problem there. I think that would be a good move. You have to challenge yourself. But I understand what you're trying to say, Sham Six, but I don't go with that premise because you can't just turn up a club because Shamar is not that rated striker to say that, oh, I have to go to clubs that are not relegated. No, you're not that big of a striker. You have to know who you are and you know where you want to go. You want to be recognized as a talent that come and save this team, even when they know you never really saved them because they weren't in relegation. So you never really saved them, but you make sure you boost your own self. So sometimes you have to play on those things and keep on working hard. So Sham Six, I don't know where you come with that one to just want to. So which level you rank Shamar on then? Because that's where I'm struggling. Which level you rank him on then? You think he deserve to go to a higher level team in the Syria? Let me know. Because I don't know. I don't know. I think it would be a good move. You understand me? The man himself said what the money look like versus the pay he's getting now. Yeah, the Russian league pays high. But the Italian league is a more registered league. So you have to, and that's what I said. I don't look at money when you're playing. If you're playing for to reach levels, if you come here, your market value will double, triple if you score 5, 6 goals for the rest of the season. Just 5, 6 goals the rest of the season and move on. All right? Maybe double, triple if you can just play the games that we know you can play. You know? Double, triple. So why should we be rushing? You understand me? Boy, I'm telling you, the man, come on, man. We don't want to hear the money talk, man. Sampdoria has good history. He should go there. But at this point, you want, all right, you know what? I have no problem. Espada Life, big up yourself. Thanks for being here. Syria is a great league. Sparta Moscow is second in the beyond Zenit St. Petersburg. I rather he stay in Russia. Okay, all right, no problem. Much people not watching Russian league. You understand me? Yes. It's just you're just getting a bag of money to stay in a place that maybe war comes. You get me? Conrad, big up yourself. Thanks for being here. He started well, but is now rubbing the bench. The club should let him leave since it seems as if he's not their long term, maybe he's their long term plan, but maybe no. Ignatov and Sabalev just playing very good with Quincy Promise in the team. You understand me? So maybe that is the problem at this point. But I think this is something that he should consider. All right? Yes. But I want to hear back from Sham Six, all right? Big up Bossy. Charles Brahma, what you doing, man? I want to see Boza leave. Feel like the team is currently with doesn't appreciate him. All right. You see, my boy said Russian League, they're in second spot, Spartak Moscow, right here. Yes, and 36 points. Yeah, but remember, you have to look at this, So, all right. So, you're in the second spot. They are not accrediting so much of this to him, You understand me? The location that they're at, Sham 6. They are not accredited this to him, because it was Ignatov and Sobalev, they did majority of the work, You get me? Shamar, he was injured and then he came in back and never really played good. You get me? And then got a game and scored, and then got a game central forward, never really played good. And then after he got a bicycle assist from what's his name again? And he scored. So really and truly, he's playing a part time to become a regular starter again. You get me? So he has to challenge for a spot now. But if you said he's comfortable there and it's better setting, I have no problem. I have to just produce the news to you, and you decide if you would want it. All right. So you should look if you want to fight placement with these guys. If you think you can overshadow these five guys, or you want to stay in a country that maybe not fancy in the first place, and you're not first at this point, and the coach had enough time to decide who he thinks is better out of you lot. You have to look at all of those things, because that's how coaches structure things, But at the same time, I respect what you said, Sham Six. The fact that they're saying that they don't want to sell the player, they want to re-up the player, that only tells you that they might have some interest for him. Or maybe they've realized that he could go for more. You never may know. All right. But JD, Spartak mascot doesn't want to sell him. Yes, I know that I just came to that conclusion as well, but I was just giving my sides. All right. Yes. I understand. Sham Six, respect it, man. Respect, man. I don't know what people are talking about. This would be perfect for Boza. It's an Italian league. It's a top 5 league in Europe. All right. George Dixon, big up yourself, man. Massive respect. Charles Brahma says, agree, JD. Don't focus on money. Can't focus on money at this point. If he keeps up a team from relegation, that will give him the opportunity to be purchased for a big amount of money. And that's what I was looking at as well. All right. Elite Sport says, yo, JD, Shamar, a top striker. Yes, but would top striker, remember, we're not talking about Jamaica. We know that he's a top striker for Jamaica, but on the worldwide level, would you consider him as a top striker, like the elite level striker? I would say no. He's maybe in tier 3, and this is his opportunity to see if he can save a team in Italy and spring to tier 2, so he can go up in the batch of 30 million and that amount of money, and then you would have been the highest rated Jamaican player out of the Blues. I think if he can make this one, because look, you're going up against World Cup performers in this team. You understand me? So it's a big jump for you to go to. You get me? Yes. So I would respect him to go and take up this challenge. I just feel like it will be more suited for him, because this is what I wanted for him for 2 years. When I saw him play, I said this was the move. Italy would be the move. Yes, Ryan, I would consider him as an in-demand player, because we have five locations want him, obviously. But you have to look at what's at present, Ryan. The present news, he is not the main striker for the club where he's at now, and those guys are outperforming him. Two players outperforming him. We are not talking about Quincy Promise, because Promise is the main player for the team. But Ignatov and Zobalev, they were outperforming him. One got injured, so it helped Shamar to get back in the team. You get me? So I can't, and I don't think the team is such the greatest team. So if those, and I don't class them as big striker, I don't class them as the worldwide striker. You understand me? That's ahead of him. So I don't. That's why I said I would put Shamar in the third batch of ranked strikers in the world. You understand me? He has to go somewhere now and kick on his career the right way, to be respected and go up in the 30 million bracket. I think that is well said, Ryan. Even you would have agreed with that. You get me? Yes. But definitely when it comes down to Jamaica, I would say he's one of the top strikers for Jamaica. But at this point, I would put him in the third batch of strikers in the world, which is a big feat for a Jamaican player at this point. Kai, I think he should go for the move. Go to the team that provides the most assists in this current season, and a team which he will surely start. I think they would give, once they spend the money on him, they would want to start him. I just believe so. But if people want him to stay in Russia, you stay in Russia. But I am not the best on Russia. I don't believe, I don't, maybe they are treating him wrongfully there. Maybe he's better than others. Even though when I watched others, I thought that they have something above him at this point, because they're in their own elements. I've always said that, but I said he's a talented guy. So I just wanted to see him play, and he's not. I don't think he's getting the game what I think he should have actually gotten after the first year performance. All right. Earl Banjo, Suriname in the building. Massive respect. Thanks for being here, guys. Send in the questions. We are at 30 minutes. Let me take the calls that persons want to talk on the story. No problem. Send in the calls. Give me a take on it, and let me chop it up. Let me just do our stream surrounding about Shamar Nicholson and the move, and we can expand into what are the routes that Jamaicans should take. All right. Obviously, you can see right here, Shamar is one of our main players, as what Ryan said, which we agree with that. But he is still struggling in teams. So what route we should take to go forward? And remember, he's a man that is wanted, So we have to be careful on transfers in the future. You realize that? Because look, he's wanted by 7 clubs. 7 clubs, 7 different clubs. And they know that they have 3 players ahead of Shamar, that they will put two of them out of the 3 ahead of Shamar. So Shamar have to always rotate, and hopefully the next one and who have the better form going, because Promise ain't coming out of the team. He's the main man for the team. Zobalev or Ignatov, I think Ignatov would be the one preferred out to make number 2 then. So Zobalev now, it's down to what he does and what Shamar does. All right? Yes. And you have 5 other teams, because this team would be guaranteed starting. and they don't want to let you go. So what that says, some of these agents and these contracts that you're damn signing, and the people that's actually instructing you to go places, we have to be extremely careful. I've always heard about that. Not beating his agent, but I'm saying we have to be extremely careful. You get me? They need experienced people in these regions to find the best move for them, and they need educated personnel on football to get the right move for them. You get me? Right move for them, because that might seem a little bit problematic, because you don't want to end up places and be on bench. You understand me? You want to make sure you can maximize your youth and show as much. You get me? So you can up your value, because the more you do, it's the more experience you gain, and they want to pay for that. If you don't do anything, nobody will pay for it. You get me? And the next thing as well, it showcased that you can move from these leagues without being in the FIFA top 50, because Jamaica ain't in the top 50. And I think at this point Russia points might not be the main necessary, because they're not in Europe and they kind of push away things, but he still can move. So what that shows you? That shows you from your playing at the high level, and people can prove that you're playing, you can move to most of these leagues because you're over the salary that helps foreigners to come in the countries. So Shamar does not have no problem to move, because he's in the higher bracket of players. All right. So when you hear that you have trouble to go places, you realize certain class of players does not have any trouble to go places. He could have gone to Galatasaray, England. Everton made an inquiry. I don't think they made a serious inquiry on him, and so but at least England, they had him in the rank, so he could go to England, and he's not over 30 million. He is over 10 million though. No, he's not over 10 million as yet. You understand me? But he could have gone to England as well, and no in Italy. So it goes to show that Jamaicans can travel. So some of these stories, I think, just go wrong from time. I love the fact that we brought out some information for most of the regions, and we are going to keep on bringing out these informations. All right. So you can go to Italy, and you can go to Belgium, Netherlands, and even England. We have all the conditions, and all the conditions saying that Jamaicans can always go majority of these places. The only thing you need to do is to be good. Once you're good enough and someone deemed to pay for you, you have the loopholes, and it's not so much of a loophole. I think it's legitimate, and it was not problematic. I think people made it be more difficult and always say that, oh, we don't have the FIFA points and we don't have certain things, but that's not the honest truth. You understand me? You have a lot of other ways to go, a lot of other clubs. And Shamar was one of the persons to expose that as well. You get me? Once you're good enough, you're always in that rank. And Shamar is one of the highest profile players that plays for Jamaica. And he practically could have gone anywhere, because majority of the clubs them made inquiry for him. He was in Belgium. They tried to get him in Galatasaray. They tried to get him inquiry for him in England. So clearly they know that they could get him if he would have agreed, or his agent would have sent back something. And then now in Italy. So majority of places, and obviously he could be in France, because Flemo is in France. And clearly Flemo ain't that high level of player in the same status as Shamar Nicholson. So it goes to show you that sometimes when you hear these things, you have to question them. You have to question them strongly, because I don't think majority of these stories are fully accurate, to be honest. But I'm digging deep to get it for you guys. Please do smash the like button, share, and subscribe. Definitely you can call in now. We will drop the number, and you call in on this topic. All right, this topic. We just want to focus on what Shamar want to hear what people have to say. So that's it. You can just add it in your phone and WhatsApp. If you don't want to call today, but you want to call the next time, we have no problem. You just do that. All right. Let me hear what people saying right here. Right. We have Zaba HD. Russian league has no places for European or champions. Yes, that's what I'm talking about. So it's very tough. You have to factor all of those things. Earl Banjo, big up yourself, man. Suriname in the building. Humble one said, I agree. He's in the third tier of strikers in the world, but that is a big. That's the thing. We can't go with ego. When I said third tier, I never meant any disrespect for Jamaica. Imagine a youth came from jungle, never had the best development, leave to Europe, and be classed as one of the third tier brackets of strikers. That is an achievement. Be honest, we don't have no other player that we can definitely say they are definitively in a third or second or first bracket of player. None. You get me? On a worldwide scale. So Shamar, he has cut himself out in a good niche. All right, and he has just have to prove himself from this point. All right. So I don't know. Big up Earl Sewell. How you doing, man? Eric Sewell, big up yourself. Could Shamar score 20 plus goal a season in the championship? Question. I think he has the potential to do so. But why we just always going back to England? It's England alone we have. We, Trevor, leave England alone. Leave England alone. All right, England. I think you guys have to focus on different leagues. The ballers focus on different leagues. England is the ear to success. Like when you do your job and you want to retire, you go and take the England packages. It's not necessarily necessarily the only place you can go to develop. All right. Yes, I don't necessarily believe so. All right. Dr. Ear said, "Bless up, JD. Yeah, man. Big up. Thanks for being here. The championship is no joke. It's a very hard league. Yes, and the rewards is not so high, to be honest, because you can fail and then drop your ranking and your rating. So you have to make sure. That's why you have a man. That's why you have a agent to make sure you pick the right path for the player. And I would not send him to the championship. I would not send him to the championship at all. Be honest. I think no. Let's say just you stay in Russia or you I go to Italy, or if you get a chance to France or one of those places, you go to France. But I would not send him to the championship. I think that would have dropped his standard. You get me? No, no, don't go to the championship at all. Nitro says, Boza should go a top five league. All right, so agreed with Nitro dear. I would send him to Italy. Dawkins, JD, I think Flemo has ruined it for Jamaicans in the French league. No, I don't think so. I think the coach flat out said it. Me and TikTok was actually here arguing, and I knew what the coach said from day one. And I think you guys have always said that. That's why I love my subscribers, because you're very much educated on football and keep on trying to get more educated on football. Some of his technicalities are is some of his is because we talked about football yesterday when we said that you have 30% of just the physical part of football, and majority of the Jamaicans them are blessed to be ranked out of 30 14 to 21 out of the physical aspect, so you definitely get the better proportion out of that. But when it move on towards the mental and the technical side, that's where Jamaica fall off of a cliff. You get me? And that is for a plethora of reasons. The main one would be the accessibility towards infrastructures to improve yourself over time. We don't have that. Clearly, we don't have that. That's what we are trying to achieve now. So that is a fact. All right. And the second one, the history and football at the highest level, which kind of see me throughout the ranks to bring you in and make sure you love the football the right way, study it the right way. You get me? You don't have the proper channels to guide the youths them at the same time. So you don't have the infrastructure, the guiding way. You get me? And the history. So those are three set of things to improve them. All right. And then we can get better players over time. You get me? So Flemo was one of the raw athletic personnels coming from Jamaica. Just the raw, flat out athletic personnel. Yeah, I never really, from day one I saw him, I just said, this guy is just a direct guy. You're only going to put him on a winger role to just let him run. I don't think you saw the technical high level side to him. I never saw that ever. You get me? And anyone says otherwise would have just been lying or trying to cap out for people to like you. You understand me? That's just true. You saw Maggie. Maggie have much more technical skills. but he just doesn't possess the physical side and the work rate as Flemo. You realize? So that all goes to show you that we need way more than just one set of skills. We need at least 4 out of the 5 departments, and then about maybe 30% out of the mental side to put together to just be an average footballer worldwide. So that you can do your own calculation to tell you how further behind we are. All right. So when you see a man like Shamar break out and more than one persons respect him worldwide to say that he's qualified to come in this league, that league, that league, you have to show him. You have to respect that. You have to give him big respect there because that is an achievement. Because you saw a lot of others that might be because I think Maggie is more technical than Shamar. Yeah, but he doesn't have the other skill system as Shamar. Obviously, he doesn't blessed with the normal. He doesn't blessed with the normal size because Shamar is big. He's like 6'4", so he doesn't bless with the normal size. That is one thing, and you can't teach height. But obviously, he has skill sets that could have done better for him. But him himself said it's just because he never really learned certain things, and that's what cost him in the long run. So I guess that's how it is. All right. All right, guys, so get us up to 100 likes if you can. We have 100 people here, and drop your comments in the comment section because I'm definitely focusing on you guys. I told you to call in, drop the number. You can call in and give your take. I don't wait until the show finishing, then you give your take. All right, and get us up to 4,000 subscribers. We're short around 400 more to reach 4,000. So share it to your friends them, and let we get on our way back to 20,000 because we deserve it. And if you like worldwide contents, we have the Imaxit channel. We are going to be starting next week with contents on it as well, worldwide. All right, yes, but good one from you, O'Neill Dawkins. Massive respect. Yes. But let me know if you think what Dawkins said is correct. You think that Flemings destroyed the bridge for Jamaican players, or you think not, because it's a small sample size. Shamar is a hard worker, JD. He don't believe in hype. Yes, I've listened to him, and that is true. A move to Italy would be good. It would give Shamar more exposure, and it's a more competitive league. I would definitely agree. Jerome, bless up yourself. Thanks for being here. Lanzi said 86 watching, 64 like. Okay, but I don't have the likes here, but people would like it when the time comes. We have to just do our job. We can't beat the people to like the video. We have to deliver the job, and when they realize it cannot be repeated anywhere, they want to keep us here, so they have to just like it in the end. Lanzi said, check in, big up yourself, thanks for being here. Jerome 876, given that Russian clubs are barred from Europe competition, there is no real incentive to stay in Russia. Money. Move to Germany or Scotland, Rangers or Celtic, so he can play in Europe. So why would he play for Scotland Rangers? For what reason? We are talking about Italy. We know the clubs them that wanted him. Why would we want to go to Rangers? What may I do at Rangers? We can go to the Italian league. I would go to any one of these Italian clubs than Rangers. No disrespect to Rangers, but I would want to go there because that's a bigger league. You get me? That's a league that's competing with England. The Scottish League can't compete with England. The Premier League. I think Scottish League competing with the Championship, to be honest. You get me? Yes. So guys, the information is in the title, Italian club, and because I was not, I never confirmed the other clubs, hence why I never put them in the title. When we are reading now, we get the other clubs confirmed in the statement. You understand me? So that was the difference. Michael Sadler, blessings, everyone. Big up yourself, JD. Big up yourself, Michael Sadler, man. Baggio, Shamar is from Rima, JD, not Jungle. All right, thank you very much. Take it. He's from Rima. Jesus God, he's from Jamaica, though. You know, Ricardo, Jamaica, Rima and Jungle, Jamaica. Yeah, man, Rima and Jungle, Jamaica. All right, and I am from Jungle. And I am reporting on Shamar Nicholson from Rima. Okay, yes, Jesus God. Big Dylan. Which club want him? Three. Sampdoria, Comanesi, and Salernitana. Salernitana in 16th position, Comanesi in 20th, and Sampdoria in 19th. So definitely, Salernitana would be good because you have players there that he can play off, like Dia coming from Senegal, which we talked about him in the World Cup. He missed a good amount of chances as well. So, but he's fast and energetic and create chances over and over. So Shamar would definitely do good playing with him on that list. All right. Yes. Bless up, William Bona. Big up yourself. Bless up, JD. Just joining. Which Syria club? Um say it. We just say it. All right. Yes. So hope you got that. Italy is a good move. But big up, JD. Love the work you're putting in. Thanks very much. Continue to be credible, brother. Yeah, man. We're trying our best, man. We are trying our best. Omar Fowling. JD, where you Irish cream and leather belt there. No, I have no time for that madness. What that is for Jamaican Guna. JD want to make Shamar a junglist. I am not trying to make Shamar a junglist. But brother, if you know jungle, Rima is a part of jungle. Stop making them fool you. Alright? They just want to, should they have a footballer now, they want to look extra special. Yeah, the one Ryan always come, jungle and a Rima. Brother, what you talk about, brother? Jungle, the whole of this are jungle. No talk no foolishness. I true no want separate something for make it look like Rima players them. Rima created more baller. No, Rima no created more baller. Come on, man. I want a jungle so you can take the credit for the other jungle, the up top jungle guys, them, the Zim, and all of those places. Yes. So just let we live good, the man. Why are we here fighting for footballers? Guys, Mexico, Rima is just bordered by Mexico. Just a Mexican ball field and Rima over there, and the rest of the place is jungle. What they perceive as it, but it's not true. So Baggio, Ryan can't come with them foolishness. All right, yes, it's not gonna work. The whole life, the entire stretch there is jungle. Period. All right, yeah, man. And I'm not going to be here fighting over which part is jungle. It's all Jamaica. All right, yes. Jay, how you doing, man? Big up. So it's official that these clubs want the baller. Yes, it is official because we are taking it from the clubs themselves. All right, yes. But they're saying that it might be some problem. So obviously, if his manager come in and say yes, we are going to work with it. We are going to take this deal. They can find ways to get it going. Yes. Yes, man. I'm done with fighting. Which part is jungle? The Syria, the Italian Syria A would be a good move. Yes, I think so. 100%. Sherlock is close to Brook Valley. Um, but the whole light at Duane Park, I'm sure that the whole of it is Duane Park. All right, yes. So you can't tell me any foolishness. Michael Sadler, I don't see the difference. What difference? You're talking about the locations, or you're talking about the leagues between Rangers, the Scottish League, and the Serie? Because I know it's a big difference. Let me know, guys. You agree? I don't know what he's talking about here because he never stated it. Which one of the conversation? That's why I like to stay on topic. All right. So he never stated it. So let me know. Let me know. I am not angry. I do see the entire place as jungle. All right. Okay. The location. Yes, it's no different. It's just one Ryan come on YouTube act like say, oh, him in a jungle. Like one day I said, yeah, well, I will come from jungle. Him act like him better than for come from jungle. Guys, I went to Trenchtown School, Trenchtown Primary. Trenchtown Primary back gate is in Rima. Is in Rima, and Trenchtown front gate is in the perceived locations, is in jungle. That's what they said. You get me? So I don't know. I don't know. And then one day someone came here and said, JD, you can't tell people that they went to Trenchtown Primary. because he never knew of Trenchstone Primary. But so that's why they believe that Rima is different because he lived in Rima as well. That guy that called me the day, and he looks like he never really knew that he had Trenchstone Primary. And I said, yes, I went to Trenchstone Primary, man. Man's out here roaming road for decades, man. I'm getting old now, All right, two separate places, right? Baggio, stop lying to people, bro. I'm not gonna come on YouTube to discuss locations. All right, I'm done with it. All right, yes. Let me stay on topic. All right. So this is good. This is good news for Jamaica and also um Shamar Nicholson. And all you want to do is turn it into a drama to say you're talking about location. All right. Jason, from one gate to the other is two different places. No, Jason, let's go on to work, Jason, please. All right. Jerome, JD, my point is that he needs to play in the Champions League or Europa so that can get so he can get the big break. Italy is always welcome, but if it doesn't work out, Rangers or Celtic would be a better. Okay, yes, I understand where you're going now. So yes, I understand, but Italy, I think these clubs would not be a realistic target for him to go to the Champions League, but it still could be a booster, profile booster going there at this point. And then if you want to make a next step up just because you want to play in the Champions League, you could do so. It's tough. But one thing we know is management will have a good amount of work to do. His manager will have a good amount of work to do. That's the one thing I could say at this point. But definitely it's possible. All right, it's definitely possible. So I understand where you're coming from. All right. Ultras, big up yourself. Thanks for being here. Massive respect. All right. Yes. Sean, Yard Fusion, how you doing, man? Massive respect, man. Need to take the move, yes. Youth Inspiration Uplifting, big up JD yourselves. So far, you are analyst of the month. No, no, I'm not analyst of the month. I think I've always been on point, but you guys just don't like when I can be here for 22 hours talking the straight facts, and I might make a word that you don't like, and then you just say I'm a Jamaican eater, which is not true. I'm just in a different location, and I'm just trying to just get to the facts. I'm writing, reading, and stuff. Yeah, Sack Passage, Jason, big up yourself, man. Thanks for being here. Guys, get me over 100 likes. Let me see if we can tap 200 because people saying that we are the analysts of the hour. All right, so he's fighting against me. If I'm the analyst of the hour and I'm doing a good job, why you don't want to support me? Yes, I think you should give me 200 likes on this one. All right, so get your friend's phone and put a like on it so we can get the visibility out there. So at least the Rima baller can get recognition. Not the jungle and the Jamaican baller, the Rima baller. Oh my God. I can't. Everything we fight out over. I have never seen this in my life. I'm here. I came here. Shamar is a Jamaican player, and I said the junglist, doing a good job. And the man them. That's what I talk about the wording. If I say one thing, why I never saw you guys go anywhere and scrutinize people's wording? Because our language, everything we say it wrong. You get me? So why is it I never heard you guys criticizing anyone about the wording? Jesus Christ, I've said jungle and not Rima. And Baggio completely lost it. All right, Bala, big up yourself. Thanks for being here. Says first is to get out of Russia and to a top five club. 100%. Yes. Hoyin, big up yourself, man. Thanks very much for being here. If you don't want to, guys, you can call in, because we'd finish an hour and we want to go 2 hours and done. All right, so you can call in. This was just analytical breakdown with all the informations and the roots. So once you watch it back, you saw that he had gotten some moves, some potential moves, and maybe they don't take it at the end of the day, so you can make your own decision. So far. Yes. Italian league is bigger than Scotland, 1,000%, 1,000%. Blessings, JD. The knowledgeable, clean-hearted members of the chat. Oh my God, guys, on can't call in now, because Ketara calling and he's not going to come off of the phone. So you see it, me telling him to
No,
call in all the
no,
time.
no, no, but that's here running for it. They'll come by the panel, but
You can't come on the
balance is
panel.
out.
You can't come on the panel because I'm using the software. Once I'm using the separate softwares, I can't switch them over. It's not. I'm not using StreamYard, and I'm glad because you know why I'm
Not even
glad.
three, yeah.
You know why I'm glad because you're not gonna draw me to 3 hours. I don't need 3 hours. I am okay with 1 more hour.
So no, but us call him because I wake up and I see two dance I keep. I'm gonna go past the next dance and I just the bartender and the gate man there so dance empty. I'm forward I Imaxit and the place ramp.
Okay,
So,
okay, okay.
so
That's
more no
unfortunate.
go.
That's unfortunate. I don't know why that's possible because I never really checked about any dances. I don't know what you're talking
People
about.
can people can there too that. Two man I run live stream and one live stream now nobody
Oh,
on it.
okay. Oh,
And
live stream,
everybody
live
there
streams.
Imaxit.
Okay, okay, no
That's
problem.
what I'm saying, brother.
Yes,
Why,
I think you
why,
need to be straightforward. I think you need to be straightforward, so I don't have to waste my brain cells them to understand what you're saying. You come in, we're talking about a quality thing for Shamar Nicholson, which I should. They said I can't claim Shamar Nicholson because he's from Rima, and I'm from Jungle.
yeah, like some man don't even know Cali Smith right. So all them for chat to.
So I tried to
So
explain to Baggio, and the man still a war. I see two different places. I'm sorry, they know, because Ryan bring this thing, to separate Jungle from Rima, and I'm gonna challenge him one day to tell me why he thinks Jungle is different from Rima, and I want him to give me an honest answer. And if he can't answer me, he needs to stop this thing of Rima different from Jungle. I don't know what the age for up the road from where he's from. Yeah. So how you doing, Big Boss? What you want to add to the thing here?
I'm just there, so listen to me, some man take care and some Chinese. I mean, you're bringing the analytical facts, so nobody don't really can think. But just come to trouble the people. Yeah, boy, like you don't know what dance is. I understand. But the show run nice.
Yeah, yes, yes. We did.
Shamar Nicholson.
We have to
As I said,
first we have to give him his rating. Before he was there and people was forcing his name in titles about moves. Now he's getting the moves because he went to Russia, and I said I want to say his time at Russia was actually a success because he gets more higher profile. So what say you now? What level you rank him as a striker? Because I said he's in the third tier batch of strikers in the world, which is a compliment.
no, no, I don't know if he's in the third tier of strikers.
You don't think he
I
reaches the
wouldn't. I
third
wouldn't
tier?
do it. No, but I don't know what the tiers are. What I would
All right.
say. No, remember. Hold on. Let me
Haaland in
finish.
a tier.
Let me finish. Let me
Um,
finish.
no, let me get the tiers them now. Mbappe, Haaland, Kane, and those
No,
guys
man,
are in
that
a
are
tier.
names.
No, no,
That
no,
are
no, no,
names.
no, 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 no. They're
No,
skill
you know,
sets.
and JD, you can't. Let me tell you why you can't do that. You have strikers around the world. You have strikers in Brazil
Mm-hmm.
who score at some rate. Not
That's
maybe
right.
not
Stop
as.
making it complicated. You have class. You have class
No,
for a reason.
listen what I'm saying. I look at strikers in two different ways. Or players, not even strikers. You have players who play in the Champions League in Europe,
Mm-hmm.
and those players are at a different level.
Mm-hmm.
You can't compare a player who has only played in domestic football to a player who has never played in the Champions League. Because when a player goes into the Champions
So,
League,
so you
one,
said that to say what? Because Shamar never played in those divisions, right? So clearly, so what you
right,
say,
so I'm saying,
what you're trying to get
no,
to?
no, hold on. No, well, if you let me finish, you hear what I'm trying to get to. Why you
Mm-hmm.
have a war with me?
No,
The
because me
pay
I
money
ask
are
a
coming out
question.
of the
I
answer.
ask a question and you couldn't just answer direct. You have to go around 60 circles. Yeah, continue,
And
continue.
50, I have to jump 10 zinc fence at 52 dog yard. I reach until it. I'm saying, when a player plays in the Champions League, there is a different, there's a higher level of demand on his skill and on his physical being because you're playing 3 games a week sometimes,
Mm-hmm.
right? You play on the weekend, you come back and you play midweek, and then you play on the weekend again.
Mm-hmm.
Whereas other players have time to recover. So when you play there, you get a chance to see them against the very best. There are no days off in the Champions League. And so you're able to assess better. So I look forward to Shamar getting to a club that will put him in Champions League competition. And then we can have a talk about where he fits in amongst Europe's best strikers.
All
But
right, but for me, all right, so what
for me
people
now,
while him
suitors,
going, give me your
congratulations.
take, down there. What ratings if you agree with Cataract or not? Continue.
No, I'm saying Shamar is progressing on a trajectory. It is an upward trajectory. Congratulations, Shamar Nicholson, aka Boza. But we cannot make it look like he has arrived at a destination because many players do something for one season and then they can't do it back again. Right? Look at Leeds and Patrick Bamford in the Premier League. He scored the goal that kept us in the Premier League last year, and he can't score a single goal now. If they're on the bench, because you have sometimes people, when defenders and other teams and analysts get a chance to analyze your game, look at your strengths, look at your weaknesses, develop strategies against you, and you see how you can work against that. That's why people have to respect strikers like Thierry Henry, Haaland, Mbappe, Karim Benzema, Harry Kane. The list goes on. You have what a brother name Lewandowski, right? These men have done it season in,
Mm-hmm.
season out.
Yes, yes, but
They have they have done it. They
and
have done
and
it
that's
at
why
the
they're in the
domestic
top
level,
echelon, and that's why
right?
they're
That
here.
they've done it at
Yes.
the domestic level. But I don't know the tier. What I would say is Shamar is progressing
Okay.
steadily, not meteoric, steady progression. Steady as you go, baller. Don't get no injuries. Keep holding your head down. Keep working. So enough man go to Europe and them career stuck like them step on one Wrigley's chewing gum in a dance
Yeah.
and they can't get it out their shoe. So I have to respect Shamar, whose career keeps moving. That's what you want to do, steady as you go, right? And I believe clubs will show interest. What I really wanted to ask is, do we think that with about 5 days left in the window, whether a deal would be completed within this transfer window?
We have to keep at it at this point to see. But the fact that three or so over five clubs wanted him and trying to get him and he's not playing at this point because they're not active, it's good for him to make up his mind up and maybe try to force a move or something. So let we see. Let we see. Ryan always get Shamar Nicholson, maybe so you can get Shamar Nicholson and ask him how if his future look, if he's okay in Russia or whatever the situation is, because that's the best way to look at things, Yes, but for now we don't know, but they're trying because they need striking power, and he would be an option, maybe one of the cheaper option at this point. But at the same time, if he can go to one of these clubs and keep them off relegation. This is the next stripe on his CV to go up there. You get me? I do believe he's in the third batch of strikers. That's because I had a tier in my own head. In my own head. So that's why I said that. So
Okay,
if you don't see it, I
okay.
have no problem. Or if you evaluate things
No, but
different, it's a
we
no
can
man.
see
It's
it
okay. It's
differently.
okay. It's
But
okay.
I don't like our players going into relegation dogfights.
All right. Yeah.
Relegation dogfights can end up staining your reputation, right? Um,
Yes, but
people and Jamaica,
it can help you big time as
Jamaica,
well. Right.
no, if you end up relegated, Jamaican people don't look at the hard work you do. They just say that yeah, waste man is the new term,
Mm-hmm.
and you get relegated. If not for the national team, you get relegated. Like if the man who is playing Veer against Humble Lion is doing more work than him who get relegated at a higher level. They look at relegation like if you all of a sudden get
Yeah,
relegated to the Super League in
But
Jamaica.
no disrespect. Who cares about what the normal Jamaicans think if you're trying to do your job? They have to just educate themselves on the levels of football. So and that's why I ask you guys before now. Is it that our culture have too much peer pressure in it that hold back people's potential? That's what I asked you the last time, and here you come back with it again. Cause you're trying to say that if a man scoring 50 goals in the JPL and he got relegated but performed well and maybe his team was not fully equipped, they are gonna look at the next man as more of a better success due to the fact that he was successful at a tier of level 15 times down. You, that's just lack of knowledge towards the actual conversation. That's what it is. So all we need to do is spend more time educate our people. So that's what we're doing on YouTube, educating our people about levels. So I don't think you should. If you are jumping into that cataract, that means you're just feeding the.
No,
Mhm.
no, man. I am not jumping into anything. You said we are reasoning. We're
No,
asking
no,
the
no, no, no,
potent
no.
questions. What?
That's why I attack it that way. I never attacked you. I just
No,
said that is just a part of Jamaica that needs to develop, and which is make sure we know what we are talking about before we start talking about it. Because if we are gonna give our next man, which I side clearly, we just side with the schoolboy football. They are saying that Whisper is the best striker in the entire land, so they forgot about the JPL instant because they are watching the schoolboy football and through someone got success, individual success. So they just looked at that only. And today I watched a clip on TVJ, our national station. And I heard the person saying that you don't have much strikers in the world that has the package of what Whisper has. And I'm just saying it. Now I know why the people them set like that, and now I know how big of a job people like myself and YouTube has to do, because we have to educate people on the actual truth. Because when he's everything that Oral Chaser said there is just flat out lie. You understand me? Because he doesn't have any time to educate himself. So now we realize why we're fighting that back cataract. Now we realize because the head of the head of the monster just feeding ego every time without no factual statement when they said that. You get me? Yes, so I understand where you're coming from, man, but I would not look on
no,
Jamaica to make that decision. I would look at my life and
no,
what
man.
I have to do.
No, Jamaica not making the decision. I'm not saying Jamaica is making the decision. The decision is between you, your agent, your family.
Yes, and I don't care what
Right.
Jamaican public want to think. You
No,
know?
but you remember you still have a public, and people don't. No man is an island. People still whatever. You also have the financial things about it, and I'm saying to you, ge- in general, and you can't argue this point. When a player gets relegated, it's a negative thing on your resume. Some people talk about, so yeah, that man they get relegated 5 times from the Premier League. Him have the record. Yet clubs still go for them because they know how to operate in a relegation dogfight. It's two different kind of players there. Different kinds of players operate at the top, and different kind of players operate in a relegation dogfight. You can't have no passengers in a relegation team. Everybody have to be scrappy,
But
right? You don't have days
Cataract,
off because every point is important.
Hold on,
So
guys.
what I wanted,
Yeah, but Catch before you
what I
go,
really wanted to
Catch just hold on. We have the fans them put
hold
in
on,
their comment. Let me just go through
okay.
the comments them before we move. Guys, we have 130 in those. Let me just make the likes reflect the actual viewership. We just do that. So just make this show stay in the niche, in its own niche. So just get with the 200 likes. We don't want a billion likes. Let's get with the 200 and we're alright. Alright? Yeah, man. 200 can keep in an algorithm because what we're doing, it's meaningful to Jamaica. I'm telling you, you need people like us in this space. I'm 1000% sure of that. Alright? Yes. Alright. Michael Thomas. 20 US dollars, but he puts $2 US and said he's giving 20. But I'm very grateful for it, my brother. Massive respect. Let me just go through the rest of the comment and then we can continue. Cause we have Pastor join the conversation and the two Blakes them. I don't know why. Why they never just change my name to Blake. because I don't know why I have all the breaks him. Yard Fusion says, answer the question. You don't want to give the man credit. That's what Yard Fusion saying. Mr. Galaxy, big up yourself. Long time don't see. You're running from the channel, but big up yourself. Yes. Has this move happened yet? No. These are people that saying they're trying to get him, and we broke down every single thing. The people in the position, people in the list that's competing with him, and the amount of clubs want him, and where he is in the club at this point, the players them that he's fighting with at the club at this point. So we give you every single thing. You can't say left this video and not get something, everything about Shamar. You understand me? Because I will want to do like that. Anytime we set a title, that's damn what we're talking about. Nothing else. Alright? If we don't have we can't talk about the title, we go our yard. I have a 3-minute video. You know? We talk about the clubs. Rockfort, big up yourself. Thanks for being here. How will the culture in Italy affect Shamar? We don't know. Yeah, or the culture in Russia affected him. Maybe not so much because the war, so you don't get to socialize so much. Cataract, you acting like Shamar has a resume where he can pick and choose. All right. He has to go even to a relegation battle team if that's the only way he can get his name out there, which that's what I was trying to say from day one. Big up yourself, Michael Thomas. Thanks for the super chat. Juventus are a mid-table club at the moment. Maybe they are an option. All right. Well, the next club is in 16. It's not far from Juventus. All right. Yes. And then we have our brother Warren Webster. Big up yourself. Thanks for being here. Then we have our next brother Stefan Wright. Big up yourself. The great Woon Woon. England in the building. Big up yourself. Marcus. Big up. Big up. Big up. All right. Omza said there is like 100 whispers here in France, but only 2 will make it. Laugh out loud. That's how crazy the competition is in Europe. We know that for 100%, and that's why when we talk, people can't understand because they think we are fighting against people which that don't even come into our mind. We're just trying to educate the masses, but they don't want to hear. You know? Yes. So thanks very much for the super chat from Michael. And then Brain Jane match it as well. Thanks very much yet again. Owen, big up yourself. Massive respect. All right. Shock Poe, big up yourself. Thanks for being here. All right. Yeah, man. The Blakes them. Yeah. JD, why have you not dropped a cruise bomb for for Cataract? No. Cataract don't deserve all of those praises. All right. Yes. Jordan Williams. All he has to do is perform. In my opinion, love Victor, the Nigerian. It's a good experience. All right, massive respect, Jordan Williams. All right, Juventus will not be mid-table for long. They are one of the richest clubs. We know that. JD, that's what you have been saying all along. Most quality players want to be on the field. Yes, man. Right. Amazing. Big up yourself. Thanks very much. We'll go back to the Blakes to hear what they're saying. Good day, the Blakes. How are you guys doing?
Yeah, Cataract, what you were saying about the relegation dogfight, it might not be a bad thing for Shamar because whether he goes up or down, the fact that he is in a top 5 league comparable to where he is in Russia, he's pretty much announcing himself. That is one. The next thing is Italy, by virtue of their tradition, normally plays defense both tactical and they play defense first. That's how Italy is structured. So Shamar running off any of the midfielders might be serving his own best interests. I typed in the chat that maybe his biggest motivation to stay in Russia would be finance. But if you're looking forward, it is easier to move from Italy upward than from Russia upward. You'd get further quicker. So I just wanted to say that and to ask whether or not you had factored that in. Yes, he can end up being relegated, but that's 50-50 from where he stands to taking a leap somewhere else.
Cataract, what say you on that? It looks like Cataract gonna beach at this point. Yes, so let me continue. Um,
Why am I gonna be?
okay, no,
Why am I
because we
gonna
never
be?
we never heard the Cataract. We're not trying to fight with this, sir. Sorry.
Me a fish. We're gonna see for.
Oh
But
my. So you can't go to beach, Cataract, to get some swim around to put in a
yeah,
plate and
bad man
enjoy.
like a beach brother.
All right, I'm very sorry.
Yeah, me like a beach brother. Me like a sunbathing and them thing there.
All
But they
right.
for the dry land. That dry land shark. All right, good. Good afternoon, Pastor Blake. How are you? Long time we haven't chopped it up on, you know, on a
I am
program like
thankful.
this.
I am grateful. I am sometimes cold in the mountain when it's snowing, but I mean, yeah. All in all, I'm happy
I, I don't,
still.
I don't understand how you're in the mountain and up on the ocean at the same time, but you know what I mean?
That's how long. That's how long you have not. That's how long you have not been on a platform with me. I migrated from the middle of the ocean. That would be like 7 or 8 months ago. I have been
It's
in the mountains from before the winter started.
been a while. But I'm glad because I never too safe, you know, about the friend them there see. You understand? But big up yourself. Seriously though, it, for me, when you come to Europe, playing in the European competitions, i.e., the Champions League first, and the secondly the Europa League, is I think where you would want to move your career to. There's some leagues that we don't look about, and I don't know if like leagues like in Greece, for example, where Andre Gray is. They're always in and about the Champions League knockout. They always have a Olympiacos is there, and there's another one. Um, there's another Greek club, but Olympiacos is the famous one. You you have Portuguese clubs, Benfica, Sporting Lisbon. Um, those clubs are always in and around, but they source most of their players from Brazil because of the Portuguese language. Your Holland, etc. So I'm not telling Shamar where to go, but I don't think that a player at his level, it would be kind of a retrograde step for me in terms of football career to be moving down to a club in relegation. I think for me, and I can't tell the player, I'm just voicing an opinion. Um, you moving from where the money is, which you get more money when you play in Europe, because when you play a European Champions League game, your match fee is bigger, right? Um, you are then getting to test yourself against better quality players in European competition. And so I think it would aid his development. Me not think
But
that this
Cataract, before you move from that point in particular,
right.
I don't think he will be getting to play in Europe because the Russian clubs they haven't lifted the ban on the Russian clubs yet.
And I
No
don't
man,
think
that's
that
what I'm
that
saying.
will
To
happen
move,
soon. And I don't think it will
I,
happen soon at all.
no, that's what happens
So
for
so
a
he's
while to come.
so
No, I'm
so he's
saying to
going to be
move from
stuck.
Russia.
So he's going to be
No,
stuck basically just playing in Russia.
no, I'm saying a move from Russia, but a move to where? Um, I know. Listen, Italy is probably the third or fourth thereabouts highest league, but then you have clubs. You have your Ajax, your PSV Eindhoven. Um, which club is that? Is it 20?
FC 20, but those are all
Yeah.
Netherlands clubs. So
No, I'm saying you have those clubs that generally from Holland who make it into the group stages of the Champions League. PSV and Ajax perennially make it there year after year,
okay,
right? You have top clubs in Switzerland, Young Boys,
mm-hmm.
Grasshoppers. those clubs go there and they inflict defeats on some of the bigger teams,
Yeah, but
right?
Cataract,
And then you have a hold on, then you
okay.
have a plethora of French club. But at the end of the day, it is based on what the personal terms are. Italian clubs can't pay more than Russian clubs. You know, Russian clubs pay well. Russian money are big money, right? And I think they would be paying even bigger money in order to keep players there to prove a point. That's just my view. I think, but Russian money and a little bit of money. Graza Pro, GRAZ Pro, the gas company for the Russian state gas company. They sponsor one of the European leagues. Their budget for marketing is huge, right? So, but wherever he goes, I just hope a decision is made. And I wondered whether you thought it could happen in the next 5 days. I hope blessings go with him. I hope if he decides to move, he's successful, he remains injury free, and everything work out because it's a good look.
So say all of us.
All right, all right. But yeah, let me keep it right there. Wunun and Brinjin says, I think $100 is where it is in the world. Okay. It wouldn't really be a step up, but that's an idea to step down, to step up, but it's a risk though. Okay, so I mean, no, no, believe me, sometimes on the looks it might look say, oh, one is at the top in Russia and then this is at 16th in Italy. But really and truly, if the league is bigger, sometimes even though you're at 16 position and you try and get them up to 10 and qualify and the next one finish at the top, sometimes you get more respect from actually reaching that target. So I wouldn't say going at this club at this point in this position would be really a step down. I honestly don't believe it. Because I don't I watch the Russian league, but Russian league some of the teams are good, but some of the teams are very much half paced. To be honest, I think the Italian league is better than the Russian league by a good stretch. I honestly believe so. You understand me? And I would take I don't think it's a big risk. I would go there because it suits his football a little bit more, and the actual respect that you get from going there is much more times magnified. So I don't think it's so much of a big risk. You get me? If you go there and do your job, score goals, which is Shamar, that's what Shamar does in Europe, to be honest. I have no problem with it, because once you score goals, they have got defenders, and they concede what 37. 37 is not so bad in the first half, to be honest. You get me? It's a good amount, but it's not so bad because they have bought reinforcement to get even better. So what if you can just come in and ship it at least 6, 7 goals, 8, 9 goals, 10 goals to add towards Dia and others goal tally? You never may know. You might just end up in 10th spot. And what if you end up in 10th spot? Believe me, a next team in the same league, maybe Juventus, want to actually sign you. You understand me? Or you can pick and choose what you want now because you had the ambition at the time. You get me? Yeah, man. So
But but
yeah.
Jerry, unlike Jamaica, unlike Jamaica, if he goes and performs creditably, whether he gets relegated or not, one of the teams in the same league, because they would assess him individually rather than on
Thank you very much.
the
Yes.
merit of the team falling down. They're not going to be looking at him that he played for a team that went down. They're going to be looking at him, the value and the wealth of work that he put in since joining the club. And they may very well see him as the cog that they need to create depth in their team going forward, especially that they are qualified for the Champions League.
Yeah. So I do
So
believe.
for me, it's a better calculated risk for me for him to go.
Agreed, agreed, but obviously others have their whole take. DJ Geek says, "I'm actually football. Is it fair enough that you say the move for Boza should be in result to get the best out of him? Yes, man, 100%. Because what are you doing at the next place? Obviously, people seen you there. Yes, that is true. But I think you have a potential to go even further. You know,
But, but really,
I just think things would
that's
have moved faster for you.
how old is Boza? That's not a question for him to ask. How old is Boza?
25,
Every move
25.
that he makes, every move that he makes must be to on top the next level that he can go to. He's 25 years old. It's not like Boza is 30.
And
Every move has to be for his improvement.
so you think that him moving from Belgium to Russia was a good move? And how much you look
Yes,
at these agents nowadays? You agree on the move to
I believe I agree on the move to Russia, but none of us could have foreseen the war, which literally crippled him football wise in terms of untapping his development. Because had the Russian team been able to play in Champions League, he would still be rubbing shoulders with all of these big guys. So he would be developing. But now he is restricted to Russia alone. I think it's time for him to leave. And the only factor for me is that he gets some kind of remuneration commensurate to what he is getting in Russia presently. So if he's not going to be losing more than 35% revenue wise, I think he should go to Italy on the first trip, on the first opportunity. Once he's not losing more than 35%, go.
okay?
Because
You so you would have factored money in it
certainly,
as well to make the move.
yes, you have to. He has a family to take care of. So of course I would factor the money in the move. Whatever what if they pay him $100 in Russia and he's getting $65 or more to go to any of the clubs in Italy, relegation, dogfight or not, I would go because based on his performance, based on his performance, he he can get back double times his $35 that he would have lost.
Okay, fair enough, fair enough. Um, Katarak, you agree on it? Let me know. Craig says AC Milan has had 24 goals scored against them and sit in second place. Italian league is firstly technical and he can learn a lot. He should move on. Yes, okay, yeah, that's what I'm saying. So 37, that's what I'm saying. So if you add more goal scoring to the team, it might just turn out to be a better thing for him, you know? So that's what I'm looking at. I looked at every single thing before I draw my conclusion still. So maybe it's unfair for me to judge people in the chat because they might be seeing piece, but I know everyone tried to research. Sure Improvement said one of my favorite local footballer, Shamar Nicholson. Okay. Javan Wilson said Wishpa should go to Bundesliga for development like Leon. Javan, right, we're talking about Shamar Nicholson that has a worldwide recognition. To be honest, because we saw that worldwide tried to get him. A Whisper is playing in a schoolboy league. Nobody really, you don't decide where you go. You understand me? People have to want you. And even in this conversation, it's people trying to want Shamar places. That's why we're having this discussion. So who need to go here? So Javan, I prefer not to speak about that. When you do something, this is what comes up, like what happened with Shamar Nichols. So we can freely talk about Shamar because he had a track record. You understand me?
Jerry,
Yeah.
I'm going on the road now, so I am exiting the call.
All right.
I'll listen to the program.
All right, no problem. Respect. No problem, man. We have no problem. No, Javan, it's not a problem. But I'm just saying, when you're gonna say that, it seems like we can just put players anywhere. No, that don't go in football. It's you of the team of the want to because you have a system in football. So Shamar fits in other people's system because they have a track record on him in Belgium and also in Russia. So they know what he offers and they look at their system and said, okay, this guy could get more out of Dia. Dia can drop right wide because you saw him playing in the World Cup and he supplied Diata as well. And both of them work good for Senegal's team with no Sadio Mane. You understand me? So if Shamar Nicholson could be the Diata flipping there because Shamar Nicholson play as a wing forward from time to time, majority of his time, but now in Russia he plays more of a central forward because you have Quincy Promise sometimes. So Quincy Promise needs someone to roll off. So Shamar Nicholson has to play as a point man. So we get to see more of Shamar Nicholson. He dropped to central forward and realized that he struggled in that central forward area. So definitely as the striker he works well, and also as a wing wide forward coming in, he works well. So those are the things we are looking at Javan. So it's not we disrespecting any baller. I'm just trying to say that you should not put whisper in these conversations. Anybody that watches football, and worldwide football, you
Yeah,
cannot
but
put whisper in a worldwide conversation. It's just like TVJ News would do those things because they are not really doing anything. But we watching football, Shamar Nicholson, we have to talk about Shamar Nicholson because Shamar Nicholson, he's doing it at an elite level. All right? And he still can't pick his club. So I would not say a youth playing a schoolboy football can pick his level. You can't pick no club that you go to. You understand me? Yeah, that's what I would have to say right there. All right, so big deal and big up yourself. Thanks for being here. Said Syria is the third best league in the world. Brian Jane said local Shamar fans are now Whisper fans. Okay, all right, all right. This is about Shamar, so I'm gonna make it stay on Shamar. It could do more harm than good if he goes to a team and don't start or goes to a team that creates no chances and he don't score goals. Have to weigh up. Yes, that's what I'm saying. I hope he has the right agents that's weighing up every single thing for him because these are pivotal. With the age that he's at now, 25, turning 26, that is pivotal. And he has to make a decision soon. All right. We have the club. One of the main clubs that's trying to get him is Salernitana, 1919, as I saw there, Sampdoria, Comanesi, but Comanesi is down at the bottom, 20th. So I don't think that would be good for him. Sampdoria is in 19th, but Salernitana in 16th position at this point. Their goals conceding rate 37, and scoring is much more lower. So he's in demand at this point. A man that scores goal, they know that he puts it in the back of the net, so that is good. So he's in demand at this point. Yeah. So that's why we are talking about it, and it's in the news. So I said, let me give Shamar some respect. Shavan says that Juventus just got some points taken. Juventus may be at mid-table. No, that's just for now. Oh, well, they have to get the rest of the points. That's not just for now. These guys think we can pick up a player and place them in a league. Yeah, but I've realized once I saw that TVJ news and I heard them talking, I'm saying that's why we stay like this on YouTube. No, I've learned. So when I come here and make a strong stance on things, that's why people don't really rate me as a Jamaican because I don't come with the delusional um extreme sensationalization behavior. Because when I heard the man on TVG, I'm saying this brother never watch football nowhere other than the Manning Cup and the JPL. Because the things that what you're saying, if you just come out of Jamaica and just class it in the Caribbean, you would have been lying. So imagine if you go worldwide, you're extremely lying. So it showcases that if a man on the TV now have the football sense, then why you gonna put down the normal people and where not have the time I get the information from the person? That is extremely sad. That's all I'm saying. So now I know where people getting these things from to fight with people. But nah, I don't sell those Kool-Aids. We can say a ball have good qualities, but we're not gonna lie to people when we get chance to see everybody in the Caribbean, everybody worldwide, or at least as much people on the bigger scales worldwide. And clearly the story just don't match it, and you're lying to the people. You get me? Yeah. Yeah. I continue, Cataract. What say you?
no, I don't have any disagreement. I just listen here until something jump up.
Okay.
the I think we all agree it's positive. I think some people are trying to just pull some things out of the hat
Yes, yeah,
now.
they just want to draw
Um,
back at. It's like some.
right,
I
and
just feel like.
we're not
Yeah.
speaking on that topic.
Yes.
So
Yes.
let us just remain true.
Agree.
I think the player deserves to have his own stream because he has worked hard.
Yes.
Russia
Yes.
is a very difficult environment. He's playing big man football, and he's playing big man professional football. And so he deserves his stream and his talk.
No, people will
What
be
I'm
upset, you know.
anxious to
People will be
see.
upset by my response, you know, and I'm talking the
No man,
1000%
me
facts,
move
you know.
on.
You know?
No,
Yeah.
no, me move. Me not talk about.
No, but it's just sad. It's just sad. Oh, I can come here and talk 1000% out of 100, 1000% facts, but
But,
them as them dissatisfied because you are taught the truth. It's sad.
but we're not focused on the
and
locus.
and that's why I said to you,
We are dealing with a
Cataract.
player.
But that's
We
why
are
I
dealing
said
with
to
a
you.
player that is
That's why I said.
flying.
But Cataract, that's why I said to you, you should Shamar should not
No,
factor in what Jamaicans think about his move. He should just
no,
go and
but
do his
that's
thing.
why nobody know factor it. I didn't say for factor it. I'm just pointing out of what will happen. But
Okay.
I'm saying to you, look here. When Grant was at Swindon Town and getting promoted, everybody had said the minute he get relegated with Scunthorpe, who were at the bottom of the league, 12 points adrift when he joined them, and they got relegated. I relegated. They're not good. So I know where that's coming from. That's why I raised that point. But I'm just saying, Shamar is flying the Jamaican flag
Mm-hmm.
in a very difficult place. He is outside of in terms of Jamaican born players now, right?
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
Outside of Leon Bailey, he would be the next. Well, the truth of the matter, well, can we really say that? Oh my God, no. So here now with the program got mash up now. Junior Flemings
Mm-hmm.
is in a higher league, but seems to be banned from coming anywhere near the match day. You know.
Yeah, but I don't think I can put Junior
So
Flemings in the same category as Shamar. I think Shamar
no,
is way better than
that is
Junior.
what I'm saying. So
Yeah.
Shamar would be the Jamaican born player who is playing at the next highest league in the world. This is not a Tafari Bygrave who went to Vietnam and only scored 5 goals. You know. You're talking about a player now who is in, I would think, the second tier of European leagues.
Mm-hmm.
Because after you finish, and that's just for the facts of people who join in, let us agree England, Spain, Italy, Germany, France
Yeah.
would
Would
be
be the
the
top
top
five. Yes.
tier.
Yes. Yes. It would still be like that.
Then you would have Portugal,
You'd have
Holland,
Portugal, Holland, and then Russia. What?
Turkey,
You'd have put Turkey,
Turkey,
yeah.
Turkey,
Russia would be in the
Russia,
mix, yes, and
Belgium
Belgium. Belgium would be in the mix. I would have to
mix,
search
and
for the rest to put right in between that. Yes,
that would give you the top 10. And then after that, you would go to your Switzerland. Um,
we would have to look at it, Qatar, because you have a list. You have an actual list, so we'd have
you'd
to
have
look
to
at it.
look at it
Yeah.
there because you'd have to look at it there, right? Because out of those leagues, then you really those teams like Molde from Denmark, they don't really they don't really light up Europe, so to speak. So you have your top 10. So you're let's just say he's in a top 10 league in Europe,
Mm-hmm.
right? And so at the time when it happened, it put respect on his name. Yes. And he's a starter and he's getting game time. So he's ticking all the right boxes. What I would be interested to see is when he comes in March, whether he is sharp and ready to score the goals alongside Michael Antonio that will take us to the semi-finals of the Nation League.
Well, that is the next
That's
thing
when we would
because
know.
they said it's March the 3rd. His first Russian Premier League game will happen again. The first March the 3rd. He's playing on the 4th against Ural. So March the 3rd is when the league will restart. And yeah, so that's tough. That's definitely tough. So I don't even know if he's gonna be in full condition. So we can't even judge him after that first one. Yeah, so like funny, we have to check all of these things before we judge the players them. All right, because we can't even judge him that way, you know,
Hold, hold,
because maybe
hold
he's not
on,
fully fit. Hmm.
JD, JD. Um, please confirm to me because some people saying, it's just cataract. Have there been any sightings of Junior Fleming anywhere near the first or second
No
team
man, no, but
of
no, but
Peru?
no, nobody, no man, nobody can talk to you about that. No man, I
No,
don't
Jordan
know.
Williams is trying to say
No, I
he is
thought
not
cat,
playing in the
cat,
reserve,
cat, cat,
Jordan Williams. He is not playing in the Toulouse reserve.
cataract,
We'll
cataract,
stop it.
cataract, cataract. Why are you fighting with people? Why are you fighting with people, cataract? Stop fighting with the chat. If you're
Oh,
having a conversation, the guy is not playing, for the main team. That's where he signed to. Simple. You're not playing. So I'm telling you, that's why when they listen to TVJ just a while ago, the delusional thing that comes off it, every single time they can't accept something more than just the top. So they're gonna always find something else. I understand that. So once you say that the man not playing and they checked and he's not playing, we're done there. He's just not playing. We can't have a next conversation. We are talking about a man that is playing and he's doing something, you know? Yes. So
okay, all right.
you know, for argue
I
cataract,
calm down.
yeah.
This is a juggling dance, not a clash.
But
Let me
but
lock
we
up
had a
for
we
that.
had, we had a good one here. We had a good one here to bring up. Let me give it right here. Um, let me give it right here because Wunun says that they have other players at the club, so he might not be a starter. So let me bring up the other player them at this club. That's how we brought up every single thing, so you can see the clubs. We had it on the page. We showed it before. You can pull it back just to see the other players at the club. All right. Yes. So but we were saying that if they want him, Wunun, they must have a place for him. They must have a place for him. You can't just tell me that you want me at a club and then I can't play. I can't touch a field none at all. You understand me, one? So I do believe that he would be um 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 he would be I think he would. I think Shamar would do good. He would do good under this circumstance. That's all I'm saying. I
But,
honestly believe
but
so.
but even in terms of size of the club, I think Shamar is playing at the big. Shamar is the Jamaican-born player at the biggest club. Spartak Moscow is a name brand club.
Yes.
I believe Spartak Moscow is a bigger club than Aston Villa. No argument, none of that.
Yes, I do believe so. But who was actually arguing about
No
that?
argument, none of that. Because
Um,
Aston Villa don't go champion. And
okay.
before the war, you Spartak Moscow, them would be in the thing. Dynamo Kiev,
Hold on the cataract.
where my little
Hold on
brethren
the
is at.
cataract. People are run the chat around with things. All right. Michael Sada said, "JD, you are the Blake's prodigy." No, I don't know. I don't know about that. No, I'm my own prodigy. Guys, we have 150 in the house and we have not hit 150 as yet. So if you can just do us such favor and just hit the like button and subscribe to the channel, we would definitely be grateful for that and ask away questions. All right. Yes. Givan says, Italian league is a better league than better than League One. Yeah, it's possible. People would rate League One over it. Yeah, no, Italy over it. Yeah, I would say so based on what they have done over the years. Yes, I would still put Italy over them still, but definitely PSG can challenge anybody in there and beat up anybody on their best day. Go easy on Flemings as the competition there is fierce, and for a player to be successful, it will take more than
What?
skill. It's mental as well, and Junior will need a break. Craig. Um, I have talked about players. What is required to go forward a long time, Craig. But he was
Oh
bought
God.
there, so we're not. I don't think we're going harsh on Flemings at all. We just said he did not play, and we have not said anything else. But maybe sometimes Catara can be a little bit harsh That is true. But I think he's factual, so it's that's how it is. You know, he's not playing, and I don't think the competition is fiercer than in Italy in this team. I don't think it's fiercer because who we have
in
here, we have
Toulouse.
Rafael in Toulouse that's competing with him, and we had my boy that just came
No,
in
but
from
JD,
Netherlands. Those are
JD,
the
just tell them now that Toulouse has had a plethora of injuries.
yes, and he never got any game.
I
Um,
never got any
they
game. The
changed the
players were dropping
formation. They
like
changed the
flies.
formation to a 4-1-4-1 just to get attacking midfielders play a right midfielder role rather than playing him completely. Craig, we check these things very well. We don't just come here and talk like we want to eat on anyone. You understand me? We check these things very well. And the coach, by the statement of the coach, I knew that he was not going to get any game. You know? Because he was
Right
clearly
now,
telling the coach
right now,
saying he's not ready. So for a man come out and say he's ready, it's very hard for you to get game if he comes out and say anything
JD,
like that, you know?
JD, right now, when I look at Toulouse and I don't watch the games, well, the French league comes on, on uh, television in Jamaica on ESPN, Caribbean, it comes on, right?
Mm-hmm. No, they were
Uh,
arguing with you. They
uh,
said Aston Villa is a
hold on,
bigger
let me
club
finish.
than
No,
which
man,
one
let
at
me
the
finish.
Moscow?
Let me finish my statement,
Yeah,
man.
no, I'm just
Let me
telling you
finish my statement
that's
about.
what's saying in
I
the
see
in
it.
yes, and yeah.
Yeah,
I'm just putting that on the table
no,
and you can continue.
okay,
Mm-hmm.
all right. So you're true. Let me just say this. I watched, I think, one game with Toulouse because what we see in Jamaica is mainly Olympic Marseille, Paris Saint Germain, right? But you catch a game with Toulouse. And when I was looking at the starting lineup and I heard the commentator speaking, he said, I think they were playing PSV, and he said, boy, Toulouse has been ravaged by injuries. So I say, well, they must see Flemmer. The man used the word ravage. And then I don't even see the baller. Right now, it looked to me like the coach would have looked one of the time when PSG had get him a beat, It looked like the coach would have want to put on the water boy more than him sending a call Flemmer from round a one part, round a one place, like him no member him. So the player has to look in himself and see what is he doing at training that a club could be ravished, not one or two injured, no, ravished by injury, and you don't even come into contention. So that are the facts. Now, on the Aston Villa debate, me not gonna argue with no guy. If
Uh,
a man know European football,
Spartak
a
Moscow,
man know
I would agree. I think
Spartak
Spartak Moscow is a bigger club at least for the last 20 years over Aston Villa. I would want to say that still, based on what I saw still. Yeah, I would say that, and based on the results, you have to
yes,
just say that, you know. Yeah. I think Spartak Moscow, I would give them a bigger club, you know. Yeah, I would give them a bigger club, you know. Yes, I would give
so
them a bigger club. Yeah.
so so yeah, Ricardo, I'm not a hater. I'm not delusional. I
Um,
actually watch the football and I
Oh,
actually try to
Cataract,
read
we
the
have Cataract, you always tell me that you have a lot of other comments. So pay respect to the other comments, you know, Cataract. You get me?
okay, so on the
No,
Aston Villa thing.
yes, but
So
look,
some
no,
people are just no but
hold on. I've said a specific time, you know. I've said a specific time. So listen to my argument properly. Spartak Moscow over the last 20 years is a bigger club than Aston Villa, and at this point, there is no way Aston Villa be winning no Russian league. People wanna stop with the foolishness. Stop with the foolishness, all right? Stop with the foolishness. Aston Villa never win no league. You hear me? No league. Aston Villa are one average ass club in the Premier League, brother. Wanna stop with the foolishness. Alright, now but because they might depend on a certain amount of point. Remember, we watch all of them the games, you know, and we actually take notes, you know. Stop it. I true Liam Bailey on the team. We have Shamar Nicholson next Jamaican on the team. So we talk the damn truth. Alright? Let we talk the damn truth. Freedom vlog. Me not expect you to say better. Me not expect it. Listen to me. Ask anybody. Aston Villa is not better than Spartak Moscow in the last 20 years. It's not true. Freedom vlog. You're lying. You're lying. You can't. You know what? You know what? You know what? No problem. You know
You
what?
know,
In the
it's not,
last 20
hold on,
years, go
hold
for the
on,
facts. Go for the facts and
JD.
tell me. Go for the facts and come back and tell me that I'm lying. No, let me. You know what? You know what? You know what? We're gonna really call up some of them people in the freedom vlogs. We're gonna call you
Stop what?
out.
Stop
We're
what?
gonna call you out.
Stop one, man.
We have to call them out.
Stop. JD, stop one. Let me just give the facts now. Aston Villa and Spartak Moscow have played two games in their history. They met in the 1983 UEFA Cup, which is the equivalent now of the Europa League, right? The first match, draw 2-2 in Moscow, and 2 weeks later, Spartak Moscow beat Aston Villa 2-1 in Aston Villa. So Aston Villa has never beaten Spartak Moscow. They have drawn one game, and Spartak Moscow has won one. Una don't ramp with people.
Yeah, but we're not talking. We can't use that to evaluate. And I never even wanted to go there. I wanted to just stick
No,
on
no,
what they
no,
did
no,
in the
no,
last
no, don't
20
tell me because they
years.
cannot use it. The first thing you have to look at if you're talking about bigger clubs is you have to look at their head-to-head record,
All right,
right? Don't tell me somebody
they
cannot
won.
use it.
No, but just
No,
what they did
no,
in the
no,
last 20 years is not a
JD,
competition. That's all I'm saying.
JD, you have belittled my research. I
Ah,
mean, I said to you,
all right, all right,
um,
all right,
just right.
all right.
Spartak Moscow is the third most supported club in um in Russia, right? CSKA Moscow is the biggest, Lokomotiv Moscow, then Spartak Moscow, then Zenit St. Petersburg, right? So they're the third most supported club. Aston Villa is nowhere near a top supported club in England, right? Nowhere near.
JD and Cataract.
One second. You're on the call as well. And we'll let Cataract finish because we have a super chat to
Okay.
read out and then we can bring it in. Because the man them are just too barely
All
for
right.
Aston Villa. Why they ever talk like this, you know? I will have a next Jamaican barn. They on Spartak Moscow and I'm a bad mind Spartak Moscow, you know. Yo, na sell out, you know. You continue Cataract finish.
Right. And in terms of, I'm going to let JD just look up the value of their squads for me, JD. Come on,
Yeah,
I'm going
man,
to
yeah,
really
yeah, man,
have
yeah,
that,
man, yeah, man, yeah, man, yeah,
right?
man, yeah, man. Yeah.
But
Villa will have high
in terms
value.
of the,
Villa will have high value because some of the
um,
yeah, but I don't think the talents them are all that, you know. You know, but yeah, continue. That's just my take, my opinion.
so I'm saying in terms of where they stand in their leagues in terms of support, there's not even, right? The the Spartak Moscow Stadium is a 45,360 capacity,
Mm-hmm.
right? So we're looking at size of club enough. We don't tell us that them beat them, all right? And Aston Villa is 42,700. So it's 2,000 less capacity. Less, not bigger, right? Good. So the smaller stadium, smaller support base in terms of the ranking of whatever. And
Big deal and a war in our chat, you know. Yo, the man them love war, you know.
right, they have won 12 Russian titles, right? 12. It's the most successful club in Russia. 12 Russian titles. So Aston Villa don't win 12 English league.
Yeah, but they're Cataract. What they're gonna use, they're gonna say the English league is harder, so and bigger. So that's why Aston Villa never won much. But they should look at when how much placement Aston Villa ever come higher than certain thing. But let me read the super chat. Rico Dan, massive respect for the super chat. And guys, get the damn likes up on the video, man. Stop bad mind the video and the channel. No, stop bad mind the video and the damn channel. Get the video to 200 hours. We're now go no further than 3 more minutes. All right, that's all me tell you. All right, Aston Villa won several Premier League titles and won a
What is
Champions
several?
League, bigger than Moscow by far. Okay, so Rico Dan saying the opposite, bigger than Moscow by far. God, the disrespect. Oh God. The-
No, brother.
The disrespect. All right. I don't think Aston Villa is bigger than Spartak Moscow, and I think if they do play, I don't think Aston Villa will be the favorites. I don't care how much market value where Jason what this I put up. Me no business. Moscow beat Aston Villa. Aston Villa and all that, brother. Me just see a Leeds dominate Aston Villa and lose the damn game. I want to out here talk about Aston Villa, a world beater. I want to stop it, man. Stop fight against Moscow. Moscow a better team than Aston Villa, brother. You get me? Well, Umza said cut the line. The man them lose it, you know. So we have our brother, big up big boss. Let me bring in the next caller. Come in, bossy. Come in, bossy. Yeah, so we're gonna shut off
Yeah,
stream
man,
early
big up.
because we don't get the 150 what we need, and we have more than 150 people here. So we just shut off the stream early. I wanna go on about the business. Go on other places, go support them thing there. That's all me telling them. I bad enough. Yes, cause we set standard here. And if we not support standard, we go on about the business. And an arms house. Yeah, welcome big boss. Yeah.
Yeah, man, big up JD and Chatterock. Just I say, calling the big up Shamar and the performance we put on where allow European clubs in a top league.
Mm-hmm.
Would I say within a top 5 league? I look on him. That's very great for a Jamaican born baller. A man will work. A man will not take hands out and nobody not build him career. A man will put in the work. Move from Belgium and lower tier team. Go to Sparta. Move from Sparta and people. They are Sparta and people look for him in a top 5 league. So that's a great move. So big up baller. Now these persons, when I watch the show JD, me notice say you have so many lot of them people in I chat and Jamaica overall we just overhype certain situation. It kind of sitting on it. Me not really me understand why as you say because me know something you talk. When me watch it too when you say about which spot, the man say about which spot. And as me always
And that them
say
vex bow, man.
me one of
True, me
them.
not come and hype up them
Yeah, man, me one
the
of them when
TVJ.
normally get catch. Me are somebody where I tell about experience. Me one of them when normally get catch. Cause guess what? We never normally have YouTube, a TVJ, and we
Yeah.
watch English League. But all TVJ go on. Me normally get catch. Cause me always think that Jamaica was a world beater for true. Me literally normally think so. Cause all them first spirit in the country like we have this big thing. To be honest, me think say we are a lead in the Caribbean. I know me can't say yo, it just in a Concacaf and me I say no sir, I be a lie. But it's sad. It's sad how it look how some of them people overhype things. All them need to just know say the baller just go overseas if him pick any based on him family and he make a decision. Hopes are the best decision and make what the decision we make and go up saying him. The decision we make hope say improve and move to a even better league. So just big up yourself, Shamar, and go and put in the work. And the people them only just stop override the ball of them because to be honest, in the time I get catch up. Cause me out tight and me see say no just override players. Me not override no ball. I want to see player perform, work hard. Like Paris, Shamar, Cephas, Bailey, guy you up, work hard, make them name and come in outside. Me no when you see a look talent, una pressure the youth. I mean, I call him name and them a pressure the youth them talent. That's why enough of them fear JD. Cause the overhype thing where them put on the youth, them and them things so them make it already. And them just need to stop it and just they be an eyeball at them and say, yeah man, go on, got the league, try get a game. If you are the third striker, try work to reach number 2 or number 1. And you see what work. So good luck and go and do your thing, man, and go and bless up the show.
All right, so me I get beaten in the chat says, and Ricardo Robinson says, City not a big club then. Yes, City was a recognized club, but they never really achieved much in the middle period. City was actually a good team, you know, back then. You know, people act like they never knew that City had a spell before. They thought it was just the new money made them good for the first time. They were good at one point. You understand me? PSG better than City. Yeah, just to go now. We have one man on the call, so I'm gonna call you here and make you out where you want out, cause me not even pay you no mind you. You're a bag of foolishness here. So let me hear what I say.
But
So
Jerry, we divert after something. I'm just gonna say
Yes,
we can have this debate differently because I said word
mhm.
bigger club,
Yes,
but
and I
some
said,
people just don't listen.
I've said in the last 20 years, and them find every metric for one bag of conversation because me see it's a fight people want fight. What do you want Jesus say now?
I just want to say to somebody, a European Cup is not the Champion League, by the way, just so that people know. A European Cup is not the Champions League. The European Cup is the equivalent of what you call the what you call the cup competition, the league. But go on another thing.
Yeah, boy, the war intense, you
No,
know. The man just want a war. A good day, Mr. Jason.
walk on. Yeah,
No,
no.
yes, not now
Love the
go on.
show.
Just listen to what you say.
Love how the show I go on.
Yeah, man.
Love to see the good storyline of the baller.
Yes.
Um, I tend to more lean with the folks that are on the side of him going to Italy. I do understand Cataract's point about the relegation fight, but I think, even if he goes to a team and they do in fact get relegated, I think at the end of the day, as long as he scores his goals, it won't really matter if they get relegated. Because if you look at even the Premier League every season, when a team gets relegated, they have what they call a fire sale, and most of those players that are at the top of the performance for that club will stay in the league.
Mm-hmm.
Burnley, we saw most of their best players leave. You see it every season with all the teams that drop down. So I don't think it would be the worst thing in the world, even if he goes there and does get relegated.
Mm-hmm.
And then if he doesn't get relegated, I think at the end of the day, it's all about his production. If he produces, the eyes in that league will see him and notice him. Because you always get a little more stripes when you produce in a team that is not producing before you got there. So I think that there's a lot of room for it to be a good story in the end if he does join one of those teams. If I had to
I
choose one of them,
they,
I,
but
I would
Jason, I'm
probably
not trying
lean
to cut you.
towards
Jason, I'm not
Salernitana.
trying to cut you.
Yeah,
But look at Weghorst. Weghorst scored a few goals at Burnley, and what he did, he moved on, did his job, and people looking at much more data today is not just you scoring some goals because Weghorst. This is the next one that people will complain. Weghorst gives Manchester United way more than Antonio Martial. A lot of people are gonna complain now. But even the coach look like him happy with what I see. Man a drop in a midfield, come tackle, take the ball, lay off things, build up. He has a big size present. He will finish with his head, with his foot, and he knows the football. He's educated on the football. And Martial is a high level prospect, but Weghorst unlocking other people in the team. I have to be honest.
yeah. I
And that's what
I
the
think
coach
I
look
think
like him like. Now that's why I buy him. You wouldn't say Weghorst is a better player, but the man go on to do him job in a different league and get scouted back
yeah.
for Manchester United.
The skill set of those two players just highlights the importance of your ability in a certain system. So yes, maybe Martial checks more boxes when it comes to what he can do as a player, but for the framework of Manchester United, for them to be successful, Weghorst might unlock more things for the other players around him. So I get that point. Um,
But you see, and it's a type of team we're playing for, the type of condition. Weghorst was playing at Burnley. Burnley didn't have possession of the football.
All
They would
right.
be always having to counter attack, right? And he's not the fastest player. So he looked very out of place. So they had to go to players like Max Cornet, etc. Wood, Chris Wood, who is a more mobile striker, because you don't have possession of the ball, and so you're trying to hit teams on the counter attack. And he was just out of place. Now we're a team like Manchester United that has more possession of the ball and can slow down the game to how they want to slow down the game, right? And bring him into the play. I think he will do better than he did at Burnley, but he's not going to be a world class striker, but he'll do better. So JD is correct. Um, Jason Guna, you're 100% correct in terms of what it could be. But what I pointed out is that there is a danger because you might get relegated to Serie B and end up stuck in a Serie B.
Yeah, and
I
again,
just might, I just might think that. But at the
no,
end, none of us trying to. What I say, none of us are trying to tell people that yo, yes, Shamar must go. Him not to go over there. So we don't have that right. But we are just voicing an opinion about. It's an opinion show. So some man talk like we can bad up the youth and say, don't go at Sampdoria, don't go at this club. We don't know
another
we don't know what the different we don't know what the different personal terms would be, what the length of the contract is, because that's also important with a player. Because the length of the contract gives you stability.
yeah, another thing to think about as well is there will be three teams getting relegated from Serie A to Serie B,
Mm-hmm.
but then there will be three teams coming up from Serie B.
Mm-hmm.
So when those teams come up now, they will look around the league and say, okay, which players would we want to add to bolster the attack? And that's why I say it will all come down to the production of Shamar. If he's producing all of those three teams coming up, as well as teams maybe just outside of Europe or wanting to get inside Europe, or even the ones that just barely made it to Europe. He would have had eyes on him from all of those teams already. Maybe more eyes than he would have if he's in Russia, right? So I just think when you have a chance to go to one of the top five leagues, you need to grab it.
Yeah, 1 second there. One Dan MUFC says Marshall is injured. That's why he's not playing. If him never injured, the new player would not be playing. One Dan, I am going to tell you, when you see it happen, you're gonna drop down. Because if this man continues to do what he's doing in the system, Marshall might figure out how limited Marshall is to certain system, to be honest. Because
No,
Weghorst
well,
offer way more, even against Arsenal the other day. The man go into two open position. Rashford scored a goal, but the man was in a better position to score the goal. The guy is running, linking up play. Marshall cannot do those things. So don't make sure when you see Marshall not playing over him, you realize that you heard it here first. Because that's the reason why they went for him. Just look at how football going now,
yeah,
one done, and you would not put
apart,
Weghorst over Martial, bro.
yeah, and
Yeah,
one
but
done another thing too,
He said I
that's
can't
apart
tell him
from
about
the
his
attack.
team.
No,
But I love that he
JD,
said I
no,
can't tell him
no.
about his team. So wait until it happen. Let me take a picture of this. Let me continue, guys. I'm gonna take a picture of this.
I'm just saying, let's not turn it into a Weghorst
No,
stream
no,
or
no, no,
whatever,
no.
because
I'm just
people just
talking about
get
something.
delusional.
But I'm just taking a picture of it because he said I can't tell him about his stream, his team. So I'm gonna just take a picture of it just to make sure I remember. Yeah, continue. Sorry.
Mm. So it's a good look for Shamar. He will go where works best for him. We are just giving our opinion on where we think the player where we think the player should be. In our own little way, but we have no influence over the player. We are not his wealth advisor. We are not his business manager. We are not his agent. We are just fans of Jamaica. Okay? So someone that take it deep and personal. You know what I
See,
mean? So
Wunwin says Weghorst offered nothing against Arsenal,
oh
but
yeah, that is down to
catch her,
Wegar
catch her,
stuff.
catch her, catch her. Hold on, catch her. I'm so short of the show, brother. Just make me talk, man. Make me talk, Dan. Me answer to a comment. Wunwin, go back and watch the team. Weghorst could have scored two easy goals if they just passed the damn ball to him. So you can't say if the man go in at the position and in at the position and wait for the ball and Rashford score. And then you say the man I did nothing. The man offer more than enough in Arsenal game, Wunun. I'm telling you, you're absolutely reading him wrong, Wunun. May I tell you, say, him was one of the better players on the field for against Arsenal. So I'm telling you, sometimes when I look at football different, may I telling you, man. The man go back and look at the opportunities. Just go up and Rashford goal and look and then explain where him start from the half line. He end up in the position to get it done. He never scored a goal. Obviously, he never scored a goal. No, Wunun. Me not gonna agree upon that, Wunun. The facts are there. Go and look at the game. Just people cut it down even shorter for you to see it. I've seen it live, Wunun. So go and look at it again, and then you come back and war. Because I promise you, you're not saying the right thing, Wunun. May I tell you? Just go there, Wunun. May I beg you. I'm just go there and that no me understand because every time when you do them something no me understand where I come from. No me I see how you view football. You know. If you say the man I do not in an Arsenal game, you wicked, wicked, wicked. All right, wicked. You just eat pan the ball of them. All right, sorry. Finish your point now, Cataract. I'm just take Jason. We're just done. And the man,
I'm just saying to you that
man, a wicked man.
we're gonna trip off and talk about some obscure footballer. The fact is that Anthony Martial won an under 17 World Cup, right? And Manchester paid a hell of a lot of money for him and another player. I think it was two of them they bought, the two French players. And Martial has been a disappointment. Martial hasn't been a standout player at Manchester United. So we gone into some deep.
What wicked wouldn't we say the man doing best impression of a mannequin? Weghorst was one of the most roamed player on the field. Mannequin. Wouldn't you never watch the game, wouldn't you? Never watch the damn game. Oh my God. Wouldn't wicked. Wouldn't nobody not believe you, you know. Wouldn't nobody not believe you know. If you say the man doing best impression of a mannequin, wouldn't that's a flat out lie, wouldn't we have to call you out. Go back. Wouldn't we give you a next chance? Next stream, go back and watch the stream. Go back and watch the damn game and come back, Unun. Because we are watching the game and taking down pointers and Unun come and tell me, say the man do not. Unun, go back and watch the damn stream. People, Unun need to call out Unun. Unun need to call out Unun. Unun need to call out. The whole chat need to call out Unun. Make it to watch the game, you know, and come back and tell we got sorry, you know. We need to stop them foolish sinner guys. The guy did Unun. Yo, let me make the man finish the show. Me nah go war with Unun. Me nah go war with Unun. Me nah go war with him because Unun flat out a lie for the man, you know. Well, on there, what happened? Sorry, Stefan, I don't know what happened here. Let me make you a moderator because I don't know why stream element a timeout people. I've just seen it. Sorry about that, Stefan. Won't need to go back and watch the game.
What one on time now? There's nothing in the game.
Omzo said him give 1-on-1. Omzo must say a 8. Even when I'm a 1000% right, you're gonna say me wrong. Me done with Omzo now. You just stay France, brother. They learn French and that if you don't know. Yes, anyways, let me make Uno finish the lines and so I can just go about my business. Oh my God, what on wicked.
So JD, back to the stream topic. Can you just recount for the persons who might have joined late the clubs that have been rumored to be interested in Shamar?
It's not really rumored because they are sending
So
their
the clubs who have
reports.
been reported.
Yes,
The
reported.
clubs
It's
who
more
have been
reported.
reported.
All right, so we have Salernitana, 1919.
Salernitana.
You have Cremonese, and you have Sampdoria. Sampdoria is the one that you guys know more because these are clubs that are around for a while now, but definitely. Definitely, Sampdoria been more eating it for a few years well. So Sampdoria is the more recognized one. But at this point, Salernitana, they are in 16th position. Cremonese is in 20th and Sampdoria not doing well. They are in 19th. All three of those want him in Italy. All right, so we are going to be continuing this news at least to the end of the transfer window. He was also linked to Galatasaray, so he's a man that is wanted, and that is a Jamaican, just the same. So that showcase that you can go there and do it, grind out the hard way. That's what we're seeing right here. All right, so big up to Shamar. Yes, so we have a super chat here said love it, and let's keep it professional all the time. Yeah, man, Michael Thomas, thanks very much, man. We're trying. We are human beings. We are improving, you know. But we have to call out Unun this, man, because Unun fight the Netherlands boss, you know. Yes, man. I don't know if it's because the man scored 2 goals against Argentina. Why everybody a bad mind the player, you know. And the man come in and a work for and a work. What it show? You know what? That's why we don't like Mikel Antonio. That's why them don't like Mikel Antonio. And that's why them don't rate Mikel Antonio. Obviously, Mikel Antonio scores in the Premier League more than Weghorst. But that's why these type of players, it looks like they are not up to speed on what their values are. You get me, Jason? And I.
Yeah, because
Mhm.
what he did in that game, was defending from the front. Like he did that really, really well. A lot of times we didn't have like extended parts of possession because he did a good job cutting down angles for Gabriel and Saliba to get us out. So in the first half, the game was very like a lot more even than the second half, and I think a part of it was Weghorst's ability to kind of just know where to be, being so smart, just kind of, especially when like if Manu did win the ball, it seemed like he was the outlet that was there to kind of lay it after Rashford, lay it after Anthony, lay it after whoever. So yeah, I think a lot of times we
Wunun
get
wicked
so caught
man.
up if a player
Tell
if a
Wunun
player
say
is an
wicked.
attacking player, if a player if a player is an attacking player and him don't score, him don't assist, it's like we can have a tendency to say they did nothing in the game. But there are systems that require the forward to do a lot more, and I think the way that Ten Hag is asking him to play right now, of course he wants to score goals, but I think even if he doesn't score a lot of goals, his value to the team is still there if you really watch the game.
Yeah, man, it's just rough, man, the way they are treating the dude. The dude, I thought that he brings back something to football that I was very proud to see. The guy's working like he's a midfielder. Some of the time I'm wondering, the man is like 6'10", and the man running up and down more than anybody else. So Wunun said he never touches the ball. He has 39 touches off the ball. He completed 14 of 22 passes. In the first half, he was on point with majority of the passes. All right. Long passes, 1 of 3. Ground duels, 3 of 11. Aerial duel, 1 of 4. All right. And last position, 14 times. Committed 2 fouls, was fouled 2 times, and was offside 1 time. Interceptions, 5 interceptions, 1 tackle, and 1 time dribble pass. So he was a bit of everything. So I know my eyeballs never did fail me. You understand me? Because we write down things. He works hard. And those strikers, they don't get bought because of goals. You get me? They get bought off miles covered and the contribution. So you're not gonna always get first and assists from them or stuff, but they're gonna be pre-assisters to balls because they have to drop deeper and let people flow in front of them, because that's why you have inverted strikers playing with them. You understand me? So the goals are coming from other places. So we need to stop these things, man. Let we know that we have different type of strikers, all right? Man United was winning every game. They stopped winning as soon as Weghorst touched down in the team. They were pressing fast and breaking fast. He's not a bad player, but he ruined what they do. Oh my God! No, no, no. Let me leave. Wouldn't drinking. Wouldn't in his sofa watching the big bad Imaxit football and drinking. No, man. I can't believe I'm hearing this. Wunun, he definitely works hard. He runs a lot. Okay, but he's touching the ball, Wunun, and he's doing things. The thing is, you're seeing a man playing like a defensive style from attack, and also linking up play like a midfielder, and has the ability to finish as a striker. You know how perfect that is as a player if you have a pressing system? Come on, man. Martial cannot do what the guy does. None at all. Not even 10% of what he does, Martial can do. Not even 10%. Martial is just a wing forward. That's it. Wing forward. The guy is a complete player. But obviously, he might not come out with the goal scoring part that you guys are more fascinated with. But come on, everybody have their block in the game. All right? So I'm not gonna fight with one. So let me make Cataract say final piece, and me say final piece, just say final piece, and we're gone out a year. All right? Because we think on it this way. We there for 2 hours and we not get 200 like on the video. We not dep on it. We not stay. We're done with it. He's a complete player. No, when I said a complete player, brother, you know what I mean? At the highest echelon of players. Come on, man. Listen to what I'm saying. If he is complete, he has all of the attributes to get the job done as a pressing forward. So if you don't like that, all right, go and tell me how much other player can do what he's doing. Go put Marshall on the field and tell him to do exactly what he's doing on the field. Marshall can't even run. Marshall a glass. Marshall a glass, brother. So nobody come tell me the foolishness. Look how long I'm watching Marshall. Marshall a glass, brother. Give the youth him respect, man. Oh my God. And Martial more complete than Wergas. Oh my God. Oh my God. You know, Mourinho came in and cussed out Martial and Rashford Clat. Martial Clat and Rashford Clat just to move on the pitch. So how can I say they are complete players when they don't do work? Why you think Mourinho cussed them out? The man said, "Me not know the ball game." All right, you're gonna know how much I really know about ball game because you see how like funny. So all other yo, you never watch football on planet Earth because you remember say, Martial more complete than him. Brother Martial not do nothing on field. Brother Martial, the man him lazy. That's why Mourinho got sacked because Martial and Rashford. Guys, you look, I could not watch the goal scoring only for the team. This was big news, when the man said them man a forward, He wants forward in his team, and people that do work on the field, The man literally said that out of his mouth, And you guys out here badding me up, and the coach for the team actually said the same thing. Cataract, what I've learned, they will go to the extra mile to just support their player. But guys, this was a good one. Just look at him Gamba in business. Yes. Football Global said as a 1000% MCFC
What is it?
MUSC long life fan, Wegars as was amazing versus Paris. Created space, scored as well. Martial, my baller, just can't stay fit. And he's very lazy. Alright? Yes. So one done MUFC. Put some respect on my name, my brother. All right, put some respect on my name. All right, because we're talking about more than just goal and assists. All right, we're talking about football here. And I said the guy have everything to play as a complete central forward. You don't watch Manu if you don't rate. Oh no. Right, Martial is just not my type of player, brother. I'm very sorry. I vibes on my team, but me not really rate him either. And never Martial and Rashford Marina Cos a Pogba. No man. I forward the man say want strikers because Martial and Rashford are not strikers. And they don't give him what he wants. Him exact word. Let me look up for it. Let me look up for it before I go anywhere. Because I phone the team, And if me can find this, I only never hear him say Jose Marino and Rashford and Martial. Because when I claim to say other people in my talk, alright? So let me type it in just to show And that is a long time. So that means you're not watching on the team. On Rashford and Martial. Just to make sure. Martial. Yeah, Martial. Yes. All right. Okay. All right. So just type it in. You can type it in Google. Can Rashford play in the number 9 question? Jose Marino answer. Um, so just type it in on Google. You can type it in on Google. You can type it in on YouTube and you find it. Simple. All right. I can't rate Martial if he can't stay injury free. What a player I'm going to do when he's always in the treatment room. What happened last year when he went on loan to Spain? Wegars is a U-turn and what United were doing well. All right then. All right, one done. Okay, but I said he said something, and you just need to go and check it for yourself, and then we will argue in the next stream. So Cataract, we have come to the end. I think we have done enough now. So people, we're not gonna hold up your time. Maybe you have other things to do. All right. No, Sean bless Manchester. Me now go ask them. It look like I am watching their team more than them. You get me? Because they said I don't know football and I'm not watching teams. And then no, I call them out on their own team. So it's okay. I am not perfect. I am just saying what I saw. All right? Yes. So guys, thanks yet again. If you have not subscribed to the channel or hit the like button, please do so. If you just joined the stream, leave your thoughts in the comment section. Big up Cataract, big up Lansley Blake, big up
Oh, big up
Jason for
yourself.
passing through. Yes. No, Craig, I'm just giving my story. I'm just giving my information because I'm arguing, and you have to have education on the matters when you're arguing. So that's all. And the Man U fans them take me on today. I'm a corner them in a them own team. And me don't know as much as them. They know more than me. It's okay, but at least I cornered you. So let we chop it up on the next stream. So thanks yet again, man. So you have any final point, Mr. Cataract? Are we?
Just, just that we have to look at the upcoming days um, to see what comes out of the these reports. We wish Shamar Nicholson the best. He has clearly put in the work,
Yes.
um, and he's reaping the benefits of his hard work and sacrifice. In a very tough league, it's very cold in Russia. It's colder than France.
Yes.
I
Colder than
never heard him
everywhere.
complaining about cold or anything. He just put his head down, went there and worked. He got injured. He got his jaw broken, if you
Mm-hmm.
remember.
Yes.
But he went there with his jaw broken, and he still put his head down with his mask and tried. So congratulations to him. It's good to see someone
And let me drop this now, Cataract. Victor
fly
Moses.
the banner for Jamaica.
Cataract, we had this now. Right at the back end of the story, Victor Moses returned to training at Spartak Moscow. So now you have Ignatov, Sobalev, Victor Moses, and Quincy Promise. So those are four individuals that Shamar has to compete with now. So Victor Moses coming back. So I don't know how much that's going to influence his decision making. All right. So Victor Moses from Chelsea back then. You have Quincy Promise coming from Ajax. And then you have Sobalev and Ignatov there. They are doing it now, so you know. So those are the individuals, named players that he's rivaling with. So hopefully his damn agent do a good job and assess things properly, put everything on the table, and just make a move for him or stay there and come out to the public for the Shamar fans to tell him what your decision will be. Yes, Cataract, finish. Sorry about that. I just have that in the video.
Yeah, man. As I say, he's put in the work and he's reaping the benefits. And we wish him well. Um, nobody can really badmind the player. And is a Jamaican flying the banner. I believe he's the Jamaican-born player who is at the biggest club in Europe,
God, yeah, you,
um,
you're going to
and
say it
therefore
again.
all respect is due. I look forward to when he comes back in March and what he will give to the Jamaican national team as we prepare to go to
All right, so guys.
Mexico.
All right, so guys, what you need to do, work on the biggest club, Aston Villa or Spartak Moscow. We will do that on the next stream because it looks like Cataract love war. All right, so peace out. See you in the next one. Thanks very much for hitting the like button, share, and subscribe. Peace out. See you in the next one. All right, bye bye.